Welcome, and we are live. I do believe we're unmuted.
All right.
Yep, we are. I can see the levels. I can see the levels from here. How's everybody doing?
Great.
What's up?
All right. Awesome.
Great.
Full house again.
Yes.
I'm liking it.
Jeremy, your videos just are fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah?
Right?
Are they getting better?
Getting better.
They're getting better and getting better.
I enjoy them.
You had me with the panty drop. Yeah, that was just
Yeah, that was
perfect.
Yeah, I was like, I got a little bit of dead air here. What am I going to do?
Panty drop.
Take panties off.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we do around here.
Yeah. So it's just
Dropping panties.
how it goes. Should we get some intros in?
Yes,
Do
let's
it.
do that.
We'll go around and start with over here. We'll
Oh,
start
yeah.
this way.
Oh yeah,
we got a
have
hidden
another
one.
one.
We got a hidden one over here.
The casting couch.
Hello,
There he is.
I'm Andrew.
Oh, me? Do I got to go? Really?
We should.
I'm Jeremy. Oh,
You
you
introduce you got to introduce
That
yourself.
was a joke.
Oh.
I'm Josh from Tragic.
Steve from Ember Fading.
Frank from Lunar Urge.
Dave from Lunar Urge.
Awesome.
And you are?
Oh, I'm nobody.
Oh, look.
Damn. Chats are blowing up already.
All
so you
right.
guys have an exciting show coming up. I think. Did I
mean-
make a banner for that?
Just a little
Yeah.
bitty exciting show, no big deal.
I heard a little something about it.
It's gonna be
Much about it.
awesome.
Should be
You
fun.
may or may not have seen a flyer for it online.
Mayor.
I think I saw
I
that.
think I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much promotion you do when there's 22 bands sharing the same flyer.
Right?
Hang on one second. Mason, sweetheart, hi, I love you. Please stop spamming my chat.
Oh.
Bam!
I said
Bam! Hell yeah! That's engagement.
Awkward.
I look up and I just see.
Hi, mom.
Yeah.
Mom.
Bam! There's the
Mama.
next one.
Mommy.
Mommy.
Lord.
well, there goes a surprise, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No more surprise.
Is he gonna bust to the door and do some dancing for us?
Yeah, he might.
Yeah, a lot like Dylan did, where he just comes crashing in, lands on somebody's lap, talking about ice cream guy.
We have Alicia.
Alicia.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Stop.
What's up?
Woo-woo.
Yep.
And
Her
have
again.
a lot. Chris is on the way.
Her
That
again.
would pull up.
There he is.
And-
Oh, there's the man.
It freaked me out because I saw somebody walk by that door. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I just seen a fucking ghost. I'm not gonna do it.
promise you I will not.
You
can't trust someone with that. You can trust me with tequila, I promise.
That's awesome.
So I didn't see a ghost.
Welcome, buddy.
I'm in the.
You're in there.
You're in frame.
So, first, now that we know,
Well, wait a minute. So we've done introductions on people that have been sitting here at this table. This gentleman that just walked in the door. Although I think you need no introduction. I know who the fuck you are.
I'm Chris.
Chris, yeah, he's just Chris.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
How's it going?
Got to get a little close to the mic and speak up a bit.
Hello.
There you go.
Perfect.
My name is Chris.
There you go, buddy.
So what have y'all talked about?
Nothing yet.
No,
We
just
were waiting
yeah,
on
just her
names.
Mason
We were waiting on
spamming the chat. That's pretty funny. He even said, "Okay."
thank you, bud. Appreciate it. At least he listens,
Okay,
At least he
videos.
listens.
What's up, Pat?
Oh, we have Pat.
There you go. Yeah, there it
Patty.
is.
I
down
call
there.
him Patty
All right.
Cake. I don't
Alright,
think he likes it.
Are we going to just go through them real quick? Andrew's
Andrew,
in the seat.
yeah, that's right. Tammy says hello. I guess this leads us into the announcements.
It does. It does. So, very special happy birthday to Steven over here from
Yes.
Ember Fading. Celebrated his
Happy
birthday
Happy
yesterday.
birthday.
23.
It's your birthday.
Hey,
It's
like
your
it's a
birthday.
birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. President.
That'll be a good one. I thought the judge said you couldn't do that anymore.
No, keep doing it.
That's awesome.
Happy birthday, buddy. All right, I'm done. All right.
So now I have so many questions because Chris is here and I'm going to ask like a million questions. So I'm going to hold on to them. But final show at Warrior and 22 bands, and how this is going to be an insane show. This is going to be a amazing show. So what are you feeling? What emotions are kind of going?
Jeez. Ups, downs. It's kind of like withdrawals, I guess, would be the best. Like,
Yeah, here.
here, do you
Frank,
need
if
me
you would, yeah, pivot
Mine.
that one around.
Here.
There we go.
to- Can you hear me? Is it coming up?
You're in the green, baby.
Yeah, it's like withdrawals.
Yeah.
Things like that. I mean, I've been doing it for 11 years, and having, over this Christmas break is the first consecutive 2 weekends in a row that I've had off where I didn't have to worry about something in between
Right.
there. And that was weird, like really weird. And so now I'm like, after this, I don't know. I have no idea, what
Yeah.
I'm really gonna really feel.
Right.
Have there been any shows throughout your tenure where you're like, you know what, I've got people that I let them run the show, have fun, call me if you need me. Has that ever happened?
Yeah. At this new location, I trained that kid Henry.
Yeah.
He came in and he apprenticed for a while, and then he got to where I could, just answer the phone.
Right.
And I guess before him, my little brother,
Okay.
actually, Jacob, even at the old venue, I trained him with a DJ right first, like EDM DJs, like. You just dial in this left and right for a person, and you yell at them if they're too loud, And so he learned how to, hey man, I can tell you, you got too much coming in, you need to turn down,
Yeah.
to where they're not going to bully you. And so I trained him, and then he left for the Navy. So it was like, holy shit! Now I'm back to, I got to be here every single night.
You're the man again.
And then I had a security guy doing it, and man, that turned into its own little nightmare on its own. And we had to get rid of him in that situation. And then Henry came in, and Henry can handle, I think we did something that was like 13 bands on his stage in the time slots. And I'm like, all right, you got 15 minutes to get these guys on and off the fucking stage. And I had trained him also how to tell people, this is my stage,
Yeah.
I am telling you what you need to do nicely, and just, stand your ground. And now he left to go to Fire Betty's, because, they needed somebody, and he's what they could afford, and they're paying him more than I could pay him, and I don't blame him for going there because, it's his house now, basically, is how I look at it from my view, and he deserves that because he was, have y'all had Retrograde in here yet? An interview in here?
No, not yet.
Holy shit.
No,
Yeah,
fucking, we
they
have
are.
not. No.
They're really
God
good.
damn.
Man, they stay in their studio. Henry is like their private producer, just engineer, and man, he picks up the book and he'll read it from start to finish, like our soundboard up here, the X32.
Right.
Dude, showed him some stuff. It came in, wow, he done this. And he came back and he started talking stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck? Did you go read the handbook? I'm like, all I know is I use this shit when these guys come in, and this is all you ever really need to fuck with. And,
Right.
This and that. But he took it, because he's young and he's eager and he's, developed. And that's where him and I bonded is, we're both coming from kind of the same place, even though we didn't do any studio work really together. Like we both come from a studio environment. And Henry really just and picked up stuff. And so when he was running things, I never had to be there. When Jade, our manager, was running stuff at the old venue, I got where if somebody would come in, like my brother would come in and run sound, like everything was really taken care of. And then, of course, we got booted out of there into this new venue, and then everything changed, the whole dynamic of everything. It was back to I'm there every day. And so, like, man, when I met Alicia, right? So she's hung on. This is how bad it was when we met. I had neglected my home so much that it was raining. Like, I'd take a shit, and if it was raining, I'd be getting rained on.
Oh, damn.
Like, the carpet eventually my AC went out. I'm like, man, she stopped living through it, and we remodeled the house and things like that. But, like, it was putting everything into it, right? And then the hurricane hit, and then COVID hit, and like, man, those two things were big blows, and so it's like every time you get it going where you're like, oh, I don't gotta be there. Sweet, finally I can take a weekend off, it's taken care of. Somebody's got it, like, then it's like, holy shit, now this is fucked up, and now I gotta go back in, and like be there all the time.
So really these holidays are the last break that you've had in quite some time.
Oh yeah, man. Like I cannot wait to really take a year off. And that's what we were looking at, new place downtown, Monroe and Tennessee Street.
Yep.
$500,000.
Jesus
Big
Christ.
project that was going to require us marrying the building.
Right.
Alicia has really taken the philanthropic side and just grown to this giant thing that it's outside my realm. My realm is studio and production stuff. And so the charity side has just grown to the point where really it's a full-time job that needs full-time attention. Like, it can't be divided with trying to market week-to-week shows and stuff like that. Like, it's just the demand for music for kids that need it is very large.
Yep.
Way bigger than we thought, right?
Surprise.
Yeah, and so we were like, well, let's get this place downtown. We could do it. And we were like, well, like the dust needs to settle from the hurricane and COVID, like the financial things and everything, and playing catch up from that. And so this year we're gonna do kind of like an at-home office because we're doing a lot of off-site things. Like, we're partnered with Department of Juvenile Justice. Alicia landed that partnership where we're teaching Pro Tools and recording and guitar, and we have inspirational speakers coming in once a week, which we're actually looking for volunteers to come in to speak.
I'll speak to them goddamn kids.
Well, that were maybe anyone who was troubled youth that has now made some sort of career or something for themselves, more than I'm a career criminal in prison,
Right.
institutionalized beyond repair, right? And so we're in need of that. And but other than that, man, so it's Department of Juvenile Justice on site, and then we're trying to work out a partnership now with Godby, because you see in the headlines, oh, Godby fight, Godby this, Godby that.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's give these kids some guitars, see what that does, or let's give these kids the chance to get on Pro Tools, make some beats, lay down some tracks. Like, the hip hop community is fucking gigantic, and so that's another thing that Off the Record should really look into. Is there's some artists in that community that are really on the grind. And they go from Atlanta to Miami and do these like showcases, and man, that is a cool side. So like, it's everyone. There's a genre of music, and it all starts with recording, song writing, which starts with that acoustic, and whatever, or the beat machine, and and that is where, now that bands are tingling and stuff again, I want to get back into the root of the creative side, as well as the actual root of the creative side.
It's really cool that you're teaching not only how to play it, by the way, here's how you fucking record it too.
Yeah, and so part of the speakers is we're really interested in people who have careers in music, venue owners band managers, podcast things that have been created for the music industry. Like, I mean, these are all aspects that we want to show that not only, yeah, you can make it as you're the superstar, but there is a actual viable, like, living to be had in the entertainment industry as a stage worker, as a sound guy, as just all these different things, wardrobe, like, to guitar mechanics, and things like that. I mean, it's just, that's what we need to show in order for venues to survive, right? Like, I survived EDM.
Yeah.
I
Right.
thought no one was ever going to play a guitar again in college.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no college kid was playing a fucking guitar and starting a band. There were no college parties where bands were playing. It was, oh, we're having a rave. We're
Yeah.
having this rave. We're having this rave. We're having this rave. And it was like, God, I'm just so tired of hearing this, And now that college bands are playing, and I saw house parties, right? That's what just started those. Like, I saw them advertising house parties with bands. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, at least, we got to message these people and be like, hey, we love what you're doing. And like, that's how, like, I started, was throwing parties with fucking bands, and like music,
It's crazy how it goes full circle, because I remember when the EDM thing started and everybody's like, and I kept saying it's going to come full circle. Like, people are going to get tired of that shit.
We
And
knew they
now
would.
we see
Yeah.
it, like, copyright claim and these bands, like you're seeing playing like 926, and the house is
Yep.
fucking packed.
Oh yeah,
It's like crazy
well,
to see these
and-
young and up and coming bands like starting a new revolution, man. It's
and the
like really cool.
fans that are there
Yeah,
to see it,
love it.
and
Yeah.
they're getting dressed up, man. They are all like, I don't want to say in character, but that is actually who they are.
Yeah.
Like, they are like live in, when they wake up and they're living that music, man,
Yeah.
and it's great, and that's why it's like I'm kind of burned out, right? And so when bands come in, I've heard so many, I've done so many mixes, like in the same environment, on the same stage, over and over, to the point where I'm just like, I can't give them what they probably really need on the stage,
Mhm.
that like someone like Henry can give them when he comes in and he mixes, because he's got these fresh ears, man. He's hungry, he wants to do it, he's got the drive, he wants every song of their set is going to be good, you know what I mean, because he's there touching it,
Mhm.
and it's, I just, man, I find myself sometimes where I'm just like, fuck it, I just walk outside.
Yeah, you get
and,
burned,
like, I get the
man.
mix going and it's good enough, and like,
Yeah.
that's just because it's just, you get to that point, I really need a break,
Well, you went from running sound for one stage to running sound for 3 stages.
3 stages
Right.
and alone.
Right.
And it was
exactly.
one thing with my brother, we could handle it. I mean, we did. I remember our first one where it was like 28 bands, some shit like that. We had it. It started on time. Bands switched on time. Bands were off on time.
Right.
No hassle. And to see other places, around town that, I hear from bands where they're like, "Holy shit, that was a disaster," and it was 4 bands. And you had like all fucking day,
Right.
to set up. It's like, how is that a problem? Like,
Right.
my 15-year-old apprentice, who, well, I mean, now he's like 18, 19, I guess. But, he would have been able to handle that.
Yep.
On one of his, like, 8th shows, like, it's, that's what I don't want the music community to lose that side of it, right? And that's what I fought for. And that's why, like, someone like taking over the Warrior, like Andrew, is a musician. He's a local musician.
Yep.
And that's really why I was okay, because I was like, all right, someone else is going to come in and breathe this in. And then Shane, his partner, told me he got like banned from the riverfront, right? So I'm like, all right, well, in order to do that, you got to really be drinking the water around here and really be from here, right? And I told those motherfuckers I'd be the owner one day, kind of thing. And I'm like, this is great. I've done that plenty of times. Like, it's really, because I see some people are like, oh, they're upset I'm leaving, or like they feel like something is ending.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not. It's transforming, because the philanthropic side is growing, and that is going to be the beating heart of the community,
Yeah.
right? And
It's really
Well,
the future of the community.
the future of the community, the future of all of it. I mean,
Yeah.
any venue in town,
Yeah.
these kids are going to play on those stages,
Yep.
right? And that's what was important about what I created with Performing Arts Center and with help from everyone was, you create a band by giving these kids these instruments. They get a band, they play on the stage. Well, funds from that stage show funds the next generation of kids by getting instruments in their hands. It's like a circle of life that needs to be continued, whether it's not for profit or not, right? We all need to always keep in mind the kids that need the guitars, because that is the root of it. We don't want them going back to EDM. You know what I mean? Let's get them guitars and stuff like that. And I get to take a break. Alicia's really taken over the charity group, and she has been doing the charity thing the whole time, right? It's like she's really grabbed that bull by the horns, and she's already been in that before. And I mean, she's made every connection. I'm sure that she'll post actually some links to the volunteers that we need, or to
She did.
the instruments we take. Yeah, she probably did.
Somebody did. What is this?
Oh, Abby. And Abby's working with us. That is actually, man, Alicia and Abby are actually the ones running like the nuts and bolts of the charity group, right? I had the brainstorm idea, and those two have really brought it to this solid foundation. And now this, we're shedding, so we're downsizing in a sense, because what we're about to have to build from the ground up is something totally different than a performing arts center, right?
Right.
And we're still going to host shows with Legacy, and possibly Cascades, things like that. Like, I've always wanted to do something like Swanee. Like, that's just,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
if I could do
add
something like that,
Cascades.
This town
But-
has needed that
but
for
rock,
so long.
like a rock show,
right.
right?
Yeah.
On Swanee, you know what I
Yep.
mean? Like Bonnaroo, but rock,
Right.
and like just the rock side, And it's like,
A lot less acoustic guitars.
I think that it would be
Should
cool,
plug
but
in.
focused on charity. You know what I mean? And if we could even start something like what we have here in different communities, because every community, there's so many, like I said, there's so many kids here that need it. Imagine all the different counties, and the different cities
Oh, yeah.
that need it, and it's something that, I mean, dude, there's such a need that like I said, it needs the focus that we can't do with the Performing Arts Center, and so the center is in a good hand with Legacy. They're going to continue with bands, plus what they need to do to survive, like karaoke and things like that, cornhole. They have, it's 3 stages, so nobody needs to be like, oh, they're doing karaoke Friday and Saturday. There's still stages open
Yep.
to book bands. And if you have the idea like, oh, I want to see this band, no one ever books this band, and blah, 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 all you got to do as a human is Google the band booking agent, right? And say, hey, are y'all ever in this area? I know a venue that would be good to play for. And someone will give you a little bit of information. You could even contact the venue and say, hey, I see this band is on tour and there's these open dates in the Southeast. Can we maybe look at getting them? Can I email them and be like, hey, is this date open? And then just forward them to you. Those things like that really help out venues that are open to it, and especially starting out. Like, it's going to really help them out just knowing what people want to see, enough to the point that they're like, fuck, I'm going to look this guy up and look up this booking agent. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see Buck Cherry, and I don't know if they'll come, but, that's who I want to see, and I maybe put my money in on that and be like, hey, venue, if I help pay for this band, what kind of deal can we work out? And so a lot of people don't see that side of it,
No.
and so now I get to be on this side of it with everyone and be like, oh,
Right.
I'm just a fucking fan, but what can I do to help make this show better that's going on in town, and like, what shows can I throw and how can I market these 4 shows a year, you know what I mean, or something like that. And like, that's where I want to do that, a lot,
A lot of those bigger bands, they all use really the same
agency.
agency. I
Yeah.
mean, so if you go find out what agency that is, Because I mean, I've been going. Me and Andrew's been kind of helping each other look around and trying to find like Sound Talent's a real big agency where a lot of these bands. I mean, they've got everybody on there. I mean, so you can find those contacts, and also for bands like us, because we get comments from people, hey, we want to see you in Kentucky. It's like, well, send us a venue, like hook us up with your venues. Like we don't know what the fuck's in Kentucky.
Yep. And you got to link back.
Right.
Something in between.
Yeah. So, I mean, like you said, with people like fans, if you're fans of a band, like, best DM your venue or send, their music to the venue. Like, because it's hard for us as bands to find these venues too.
Yeah, to know which one people are going to.
Yeah.
In enough that, hey, this is a great place to host a show.
Yeah.
So it's not a floor with nothing.
Right. And that's the hardest part too, because people are like, yeah, go to this venue, blah blah. We play venues where it's literally a drum riser and a floor, and that's not bad.
Some don't even have a damn drum riser.
I was gonna say you drum riser.
Spoiled. Holy shit!
I remember, wedged in between the dartboards in fucking Merritt Island.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Shit, David, I've played on stages no bigger than this table before.
Absolutely. Right. But also, like as a band, you gotta and that's what I've been trying to talk with some of the bands too. Is know your worth a little bit as well. We'd love to go to Orlando and shit, but if we go down to Orlando, we come back negative $600. We can't survive and do that shit. You know? So, and I understand too, it's hard for venues to guarantee money as far as that as well. But so I mean, because me and Andrews kind of talked to, maybe start doing kind of classes for up and coming bands. It's like, hey, this is what you should be doing. Don't go play for free. Know your worth a little bit. Yeah. You don't have to ask for a bunch of money, but hey, just cover gas or something. And
well, always that's what a lot of bands need to realize too is you don't get to negotiate after the fact.
Right.
You negotiate when you're like, hey, we're interested in playing this date, or a venue reaches out and it's like, hey, I'm interested in you playing this date. Know? So how I look at it with traveling bands as a venue,
right?
Is, if you're traveling, hey, we're rolling through town on this date. I'm like, well, I can give you some contacts of bands. I can give you 100% of the door. You have to work out the deal with the supporting bands,
right?
And everything like that. Y'all sell pre-sales, you keep it. I don't give a shit. I don't want it. You know what I mean? That's y'all.
Yeah.
And so what they do then is they reach out to these local bands. And so what it has done is it has Defy the Tyrant. I know that they've made some connections that way with touring bands coming through, and they're like, oh, well, we see you're from Orlando, right? This is our hometown venue. What's your hometown venue in Orlando?
Yeah. Show swapping, right?
And eventually you've got Orlando, Gainesville, Jacksonville here, and then there's what?
Pensacola.
There's something called
Harlow's.
We've played there.
Yeah. And then the High Dive in Gainesville, I see all the time. So
there's some joint near Valdosta too. It's got a big stage.
Is it Brass Tap in Tampa? I'm always hearing
Brass Tap. Everyone goes to the Brass Tap that is on tour. So especially with, all right, so you're a local band, you're like, all right, well, I want to go on the road, right? Well, there's a touring band coming through that I'm doing support for this venue. I'm going to talk to them, not only that, I'm going to look at their tour, even if they don't talk to me.
Right.
Where the fuck are they coming from and where are they going?
Right.
And let me write that shit down because, that's just a weekend drive. I can hit Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I'm back in town, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and link those and then start just kind of working that circle. And eventually you'll have enough venues that you can tour all year on short runs,
right?
Once a month, once every 2 months,
where
you can at least hit those 4 circuits. And so that's another thing, because I got so much time on my hands. I'm like, well, maybe I can help book some of these bands on these circuits, because I've been dealing with these agencies for so long. And I think that the guarantees are hard for any venue right now for original music. If you're a cover band, yes, you do get paid, because, I have a crowd that's already going to be here. I'm looking for good entertainment. You know what I mean? Because I got a crowd here every weekend.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's one thing. Original music, man, you're not going to get guarantees unless it's some giant show that they know they're going to sell out. We have a budget for openings.
Oh, yeah.
But you can always get a door deal, but you got to hustle and put the show together.
Oh, yeah.
But,
sure.
If you're networking with those bands.
It's always been that way, though, as far as the original. It's way worse now. There's no denying that. But, it's always kind of been a sacrifice for original bands to do that grind. That's why it's felt like a grind to do that. because you're playing for the door. If you're lucky, you're playing for the door, and you're splitting it with 5 bands.
Yeah.
You know, but it's always been that way. Like even Floyd's didn't have a guarantee.
Oh yeah.
And the funny thing about that was it didn't necessarily matter who was there. There was always 300 people showing up for Floyd,
Right. Oh yeah. I mean,
but they wouldn't
I heard
pay
they
you
would
for
do.
it. You know.
I heard Floyd's would do pre-sale tickets also, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
would let you do something, and then they would let you come back and buy like pre-sales at like $2.
right.
But then you could go sell them, and I think you had to buy like a certain minimum, and then you could go sell them. You could keep that money.
Yeah,
Can't
Floyd.
say that word.
But
What?
minimum.
I can't say that
minimum.
word.
Minimum.
Yeah, well, Floyd's used to sell like so. We did a show with. I'm going to be old here. We did a show with Social Burn at Floyd's.
No shit.
Yeah, I've done shows with Core and stuff, and with Jeremy and everything. But back then they used to sell the they would sell the bands X amount of tickets, and you had to buy those tickets to get the gig. So the venue made money regardless, and they had a minimum money that they had to make to pay
Write
the
that
sound
shit down.
guy, to pay this or whatever, and then the bands had to sell those tickets, but they got them at the minimum price. So Floyd's would just say, "Guys, we need you to buy 130 tickets," and then they would sell them to the band for like $5.
Right.
Right? Okay, so the venue just made their money.
Oh, yeah.
Then now the band's got $5. They're in the hole,
And you can sell it for whatever.
but the band can sell them for $15.
Yeah.
So like if you're a bigger band like back then, like Core, Social Burn, or New Address, or Razor Mephisto, or whoever.
Holy shit.
Yeah, y'all like
Razor
that?
Mephisto.
God
God damn.
I'm gonna grandpa out on y'all, but like
Oh, I remember those.
those bands could easily sell that.
Yeah.
And they would sell those $5 tickets for $10, and then they made money.
I can't
Floyd's
believe
got
you just-
paid either way.
Yeah.
And that's how those shows work.
I heard
Um,
they paid Core a guarantee because they knew so many
Well,
people come and drink.
Right.
They're like, "Oh, we'll give you $500 because we just know they're coming."
I don't know about that because we'd bring 600 drunks to Floyd's on an FSU fucking home game.
Oh, well, I mean,
Yeah.
There was no guarantee
Floyd
for
made
us.
bank.
But they're like, here's 300 tickets at fucking $1 a piece for
Right.
you guys. So you guys sell them, do whatever you want. We would do contests. We'd give them out to hot chicks because dudes follow hot chicks.
Yep.
So that's basically giving away 2
And y'all
tickets.
would buy tickets back when Floyd's was open at $300. You would give them $300 and they'd give you tickets.
300 tickets. And then we would end up selling those tickets, but
And
filling
then
that
paying.
place. Whatever
So
we
you wouldn't
didn't
pay them up front for the tickets.
Right, whatever we didn't use, but they expected us to market, and we did. We marketed the shit out of
Mhm.
ourselves, and we brought a lot of fucking people.
So
So
done pre-sale.
whenever anybody came through that they thought was a good match, Non-Point, we played with a bunch. They were like, "Hey, you guys are on the bill. What are you guys
Yeah.
doing this fucking Saturday? You're playing with Non-Point."
Because they knew you would hustle. Or
Right.
were hustling on the
Yeah, and
Right.
they knew that we would bring people that never heard of Non-Point or whatever, which hard to believe that there's people out there, but yeah, some of them were. And
But the other side
been
of
on
that,
Floyd's
though, is, and that kind of came back in, well, several things, but Floyd's in the end. But Floyd's had a built-in crowd,
Mhm.
and that was important
Yeah.
because you can't just be so and so venue and expect a band to go into debt to play your show, and they can only bring so many people. They're a local band. I saw them 3 weeks ago. Why would I go spend $25 to see them here?
Right.
So you have to be the place to be.
see,
And
that's
when those two things combine, that's when it's successful.
now with
I
that,
don't
that's
remember
also
Fuse ever dealing with fucking tickets.
that's also on the band.
Right.
Because if the band is playing every other weekend, well, why the fuck am I gonna?
Right.
I have shit to do this weekend. I'll just catch up with you in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We only played once, maybe every 6 months.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of the younger bands could learn
Dude,
from
they
it
play
here.
4
'cause-
times a week.
Yeah, it's like,
Right.
dude,
Yeah,
you're
and
not
I'm like-
going to be
I'm like,
successful at that shit.
I
Look.
just quit worrying about it. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just not even good. I don't care.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, and I
mean,
always told them you can call it a show, but we are not doing a show. It's an event because
Right,
you're not going
right.
to see us again for another 6 months.
And that's how it
And
should be. yeah.
everyone is different. We got new songs. We'll do a fucking encore cover, but it's a
Well,
brand new one.
songs. Now
everyone
you're
heard.
you're way different than everyone.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they're not hearing the same fucking 10 songs that they heard last week.
Right.
Last year.
On that, and for original bands, that's where having the different venues and slightly out of town shows. That way they can keep playing,
Yeah, you're playing every
but
week,
you're not
it's-
wearing
yeah.
Floyd's out or wearing the Warrior out or wearing Legacy out.
I mean, in
because-
Tallahassee, we might do 2, 3 at the max a year.
Right.
You know, and everybody's excited when we do it, right? So like,
Right.
that's the point. I mean, the younger bands should understand. Like, I get it. You want to play a lot, but where do you want to be? Do you want to be successful as a band? Do you want to have a show where you make money, where people come out? Like, I mean, over time, you're going to get tired of playing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? And that's really not on venue owners either, because fuck, who wants to? I understand you're a good band, but dude, I'm going to see you that one time, and I'm probably not going to see you for a couple months, even if you do keep playing.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think that kills it almost for like you seeing the same bands all the time over and over again.
And with that, even though, we'd play once every 3-6 months, somewhere in there, 4 times a week, 4 hours of practice. That's what we did.
Yep.
And we weren't at practice. We were at everybody else's shows.
Right.
Just handing out stickers. Here's us. Come see us. What, you like my Deathify hat? Here you go. Fucking have that. Whatever.
And
I
the-
fucking
the-
see
you guys are
Jared
always solid
fucking
on
landed
stage.
at every goddamn show I go to.
Yeah,
Right.
I
every
went to a
fucking
different
show.
venue the other day, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, look, there's Jared
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
landed."
and
Landing
and
on
every,
Aaron's shoulders.
Yeah.
and
the-
every
the
time I
scene
see
was-
him, I'm like, you guys need a pocket full of your band stickers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those are your best
Absolutely.
calling card as a band sticker. Don't give them a sticker. Don't tell them, oh, go to our Facebook page. No, give them the fucking sticker, and they will find you on their own when they see your sticker posted everywhere. We got letters from the sheriff's department about how their car was tagged up with Deathify stickers. McCulloch County was all pissed off because there was a Deathify sticker on every stop sign all the way through Crawfordville.
Right.
Yeah. It was
They were
everywhere.
everywhere,
I used to
dude.
work in receiving, and when I was in Kinder Orange back in the day.
Yeah.
And I used to work in receiving, and in the dust on the back of the truck, I would write our logo in the dust, and we got calls from North Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'd put .com, so everybody'd be visiting our website because we drew it on the back of the truck.
Right.
And I was like, "This is genius," and it was genius. Like we sold a lot
So-
of albums that way. So.
Real quick, we do have a shit ton of comments.
Yeah, so
We
I was
did.
Can
just
we-
looking, I was
yeah.
like,
Oh goodness!
We have a lot.
We do it here. You know what?
Am I in charge
I'm just
again?
gonna let you
Take
do
it.
this one. You can
Okay.
do shit.
Okay.
How many times have you
Makes
went
my-
into a
makes my
local
finger hurt.
bathroom and seen white trash messiahs?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
How many times have you went into my
Washington.
bathroom?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably
All
not.
We'll see. We'll start.
I can't believe you said Razor Pieces. Holy shit.
We did a show with them at a late night library.
Oh,
Back in
late
the
night
day,
fucking
yeah.
library.
Alicia says, I want to hear about artist development. But she also says, I should have guessed my sarcastic, beautiful friend. Show me bald heads.
What?
I cannot help you there. Sorry.
No. They are good luck.
I've got a little bit of got some buzz going.
We have, let's see. Ooh, Magnet Entertainment. I really love what you guys are doing, and I would love to get involved. These kids need the shelter music that we had. Love you, Chris.
I don't have the multi one yet.
We have Lori. She says, "Thank you, Chris and Alicia, for all that you do." And I spy False Chase sticker on the table.
Probably.
More than likely. Thank you.
Yeah.
I saw it earlier.
Ball Chase, our final feud,
Oh, we didn't bring stick.
Ember Fading. You guys are over here.
I need a tragic and a Lunar Urge sticker.
Yeah, we gotta get more
There you go.
We'll hook you up.
And Alicia says, "Chris, I love you."
Oh.
We have John Wayne says, "What's up, you all?" And Dave Stratton.
But that would,
What's up,
you
John?
all would mean Dave Stratton as well, right?
You all.
What's that one right there? hey, fam.
Yeah, so
They're
this
trying to
just
make
shows
it
up
cool,
for
so
us as
try it.
Facebook user. So, hey, fam, sorry I'm late. Had to shovel some snow.
Who's Facebook user?
That's what
Not
we've been
sure.
trying. We were trying to figure that out
I'm
a
wondering
second
if
ago.
that's Mason. Isn't he in Chicago?
Mason is in Chicago, but he showed up a little earlier.
Oh.
Or hang on. See, says,
He's in there.
"Love that, Lisa." So we see you.
See, you're not sure who you are.
Alicia says, "If anyone is interested, please reach out and message
Yes.
Why'd
Alicia."
you look at me? You skipped that big word, right?
I can't even
What is
see
that
it.
big word, Chris?
Oh,
Philanthropic.
Philanthropic.
It's philanthropic. No, I was.
I'm so happy
See,
y'all can
there's
read
Mason
that.
right there.
Yeah, there's Mason. Mason says Pound Town is not a booking agency. We found out the not so hard way.
What is Pound Town?
Oh my God.
Let's,
Why don't you Google it? Google it, Rob. Google it.
Don't Google that.
Okay.
Alicia says, I am looking for a band I can send a song to the ED of Billboard too, just as a heads up.
Nice.
Says, yes, teach the business. Okay, if you put your name, please, so we know who you are and give you a shout out and say thank you for commenting. Yes, networking, the business. It's not just about playing music. That's what I
Do
as well. I guess do as well. Guide them. Agreed. And this is a really great interview. So many bands need to hear this. Thanks. Mason says, y'all are spot on with trying to get paid and play outside of your area. We have Alicia. Top indie labels are Car Park,
Saying
Fat
remove the
Possum,
hats
and
now
Lion
is
Bold
what she's
Records.
saying.
Oh,
Yeah, remove the hats.
Lots of hats. There's a lot of hats.
Oh, she was saying bald heads.
Yeah.
There you go. Remove
Come
the
by mine
hats. There we go.
naturally.
Says, I have a question. What's the best way for out-of-state bands to get on shows there?
Ask.
Message the booking email.
Uh,
Was
hey,
it legacy?
LegacyEvents.net.
lean in. Show your face. That guy right there.
Hello. I don't know what camera I'm looking at. LegacyEvents.net if you'd like to book a show at the Legacy,
Yeah,
which
and
will be
please
opening in
stop
February.
messaging me because I have no affiliation with it.
Now, if you go to our, what is it? Fucking Beacon.
Yeah, the Beacon's link on our Facebook page has a link to the Legacy Facebook where you can find
Which
all
has
their links, their
all their
emails,
information.
all that stuff. We
Yep.
put it on our link so that you guys can access it too. If you
Yeah, we
if need
stopped adding the links in the descriptions of everybody's Facebook, or well, we got the Facebooks, but we don't have YouTube and Instagram and all that other shit because you can find that shit off of Facebook.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spent 2 days posting everybody's links when we can just put the Facebook page up.
We have Buck
Hey!
says, "What the fuck is up, guys?
Woo!
Hit it."
So Outback for some whiskey. Are you Outback right now? Confused.
We have Alicia says bands can't expect to get a guarantee if they have no crowd.
And it's extremely hard to have a crowd if you're from out of town.
Oh yeah,
I want to talk
Just-
about that in
network.
a
It's
minute.
all about
Yeah,
We were
absolutely.
talking about it.
says 4 nights a week was a great point, and is still showing up as Facebook user. Shannon says, "Buck pew pew," and this is a great recording of me as a guy. Cause damn, same shit I saw.
What?
Say.
What?
Same shit I say.
Yeah, same shit I say. All right, hang on. Let's skip. We have Trial by Stone. Switch it up. What's up, Tammy? What's up, Shannon? Pew pew. Legacy. There's your guy right there. Legacy at the riverfront. There's
Yeah.
their Facebook.
There you go.
Let's see. Facebook user did a bunch of claps, horns.
Skip Jerry from Divided
Oh,
Truth.
there he is, Jerry.
Jerry.
What's
Well,
up?
man,
See
see
y'all
y'all
this
this
weekend.
weekend.
Cannot wait. I
Hell
love
yeah.
Divided Truth. We have Pat. I wanted to add to your shit ton, but can't think of anything right now. We have Dylan. He says, "What's up, everyone?" Hey, Dylan.
He's in here last week.
It's Skittles. Hey, Skittles. That's my girl.
Show as Facebook user.
Yeah, you just show up as Facebook. I see. I told you it was her.
I think there's got to be like a permission that you have to click or something. when
Maybe.
you comment on live videos. I don't know.
We have family. What's up, y'all? Let's go, Tragic.
I'm cousin.
Jake.
I'm cousin Jake.
We have, oh man, there's a lot of comments. Hang on. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Rolling it.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate all the amazing knowledge. We have Tony. She says, just want to give a shout out to Tony and B-Raf. And then Samantha. She has a question. I'm going to come back to that in just a second. Is there another one? And we have Russell. He says, what up?
What's up, brothers?
And
Hey.
Facebook user says hi. All right. Samantha's question. Come back to that.
Oh my God.
Come on, Rob.
There's a slight delay from Rob's fucking phone.
Samantha says, what was your hardest lesson you learned about running a music venue?
Plumbing, like how weak my stomach is. Like when there's backups and things you have to see coming out of like clean out pipes
Oh,
and
God.
things like that. That's why people are like, oh, what's it like? I'm like, piss, shit, and vomit.
That's what I do at my job.
Yeah, that's the hardest. That's the hardest part of it. You know, is the just vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a
I
lot,
imagine.
but when it is, it's bad. You know?
Right.
Speaking of, they had to explain the ice and the troughs to
Oh,
me.
it's just so you don't have to leave the water running.
Yeah.
And the ice melts, it rinses out the piss.
That's genius.
Yeah.
Would not have thought
And I
about
like pissing on the ice just to see it.
That's kind of fun. It's like a
That
game.
is what the riverfront traditionally did
that. I'll be damned.
back in the day. And
Oh,
we
yeah.
couldn't do it till we got like a big enough ice machine. to-
Right.
Right.
Oh, we have enough ice. We can pour it in the piss trough.
It's
Or,
like,
I mean, we were going and buying ice at Flying J
it's like
up
up
space
to
invaders.
like last year.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was couldn't keep up.
Oh, yep.
For the women that don't know, there's a trough in the men's bathroom.
Yeah. We go trough full of ice.
I've told somebody that, and they were like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Because they never even thought that existed. Much less like,
And
And I was
it'll
like,
keep
no,
your
really?
beer cold.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Chris's face says it all.
I always walk by the guys and I'm like, hey, nice cock.
Oh, with the open stall.
Yeah, so I mean, shit's
We had
all open and
blinders
standing
for a
right
while,
next to each
somebody
other.
like ripped them, and I was just like, I don't know.
I can't stand
Wow,
not seeing
nice
dicks
cock.
on.
Yeah.
So we have another question from Samantha. Said best advice about what not to do as a band.
Oh, that's a good question.
I would say take yourself too seriously.
Don't do it if it feels like work.
Okay.
Don't put up with band members' bullshit. If your band's not working off the stage, it'll never work on the stage.
Yeah, for sure.
Only the magic ones. I mean, you can't be Fleetwood Mac.
Right.
Like there's
Right.
some bands, and you'll look at them, and you'll be like, "Well, they hated each other, and they did. Look what they did." Well, that was 1 in 7 billion bands. If you can't get along with the people that you're trying to spend this time with, just stop it there.
Yeah.
Make those connections, move on, because it's not going to. It could work its way into a situation where you find yourself on the side of the road in Iowa. The band's breaking up. You owe the record company money. Like you don't.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things, man, is finding people that you know you're going to jive with.
Right.
And learning if you want to be in a successful band, and everybody's got to be on the same page, right? You can't have 3 guys not doing what the whole journey is about, right? Like with our band, like we don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about it. I've left bands in the past because it's like, dude, this is what we got to do. If you want to be professional, you want to do it. This is the way we got to do it. And they just want to fuck off and party all the time. So you got to have to. Do you want to do it for party? Do you want to be professional about it? Like where do you want to go? Do you want to make it a career? Not playing shows. Playing shows 3-4 times a month ain't gonna cut it. Like, unless, like I said, you gotta figure out what you want to do. If you want to be professional, you want to try to make some money, make a run it. I don't know if you really get signed anymore, but there's a huge professional aspect to it that it's way beyond making music is the easiest fucking part of it. Like there's so much that's involved in being wanting to be a successful band. You know what I'm saying? Like the fucking social media is a huge thing. Like your merch, your shows, like
it's a business.
it's a
That's
fucking
what people
business.
don't realize.
Like
You need
we
to-
have an
You
LLC.
need to start,
so-
you need to start an LLC.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get paid that way.
Yeah.
You need to buy inventory.
Yeah.
Keep track of that. Keep track of your expenses. So that
It's
at
a
the
lot.
end of it, you're not like, oh, well, we made this money
Yeah.
at the end of the year, but fuck, we didn't save receipts.
Yeah.
You know, like,
It's a lot, and knowing that your
Yeah.
merch is where you're going to get all your money from. Having merch, having multiple merches, not just one shirt. Like everybody has their own thing, right? Like you like a certain shirt, he likes a certain shirt. When they come to a show, they see one shirt, and you're not going to appeal to the whole crowd. The merch is definitely a huge thing. Like make sure you got merch when you show up to these shows. That's where you're going to make your fucking money. Every show we go to, man, we make a lot of money off our merch sales.
Yeah.
Make sure that it's something you're going to want to wear. You know what I'm saying? Like that's basically if it's something you're gonna wear, somebody else is gonna wear it for sure.
We
merch
paid for our
sales.
entire recording session for our CD
off of merch
off
sales.
merch sales
Exactly, you know.
and 2 shows.
Yeah.
It's developed now where really your track is to help your video to
Right.
help get people to your show
Right.
to buy your brand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and your show is to help people buy your brand,
which is
you know.
advertising.
So any money you make on ticket sales is a bonus because
Bonus,
really the merch is what you are in control of.
Oh,
And
yeah.
even if they're not there to see you, they're there to see them. You can
Yeah.
sell them a shirt, even
Yeah.
though they paid a ticket to this other guy,
Yeah.
right? You know, kind of thing.
And I see a lot of that lacking too, man. Like we go to a show and we set up and we see the other bands and they're lacking. We already know that we're going to get a lot of shirt sales. We're going to get a lot of merch sales, you know, which is a good thing for us. But even from Defy the Tyrant, I mean, he's a good one to talk about it too. I mean, I've talked with him about it, and
They're doing
you know,
great.
yeah, you got to do it the right
the way
way.
they tour, the way they do out of town shows, the way they do their stuff, like they're doing all the right stuff
Right.
when it comes to touring and how to make, you know, money on it where it's not a total loss.
Right.
You know, and if you can break even or make a little money.
You know,
So
having been in bands myself, I think I want to kind of comment on this. One of the things that I would not do as a band is go on podcasts where they ask you stupid fucking questions like, "What is your favorite color?"
Yeah,
Right.
and what kind of strings do you play?
Oh,
No,
DR.
Funny you mentioned merch. About 5 years ago, I get a text from my old guitar player. He's like, "Dude, we fucking made it." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he sends me a picture of one of our hats in a fucking Goodwill.
Oh,
We're at the top.
So we
Look at
we actually haven't heard from Frank at all. Like, what would you say?
As far as with the bands,
Yeah.
which that's pretty unique because they like y'all are doing. So y'all have the originals and doing the covers.
yeah,
so-
we came at it from a little bit different way. We've been playing as a cover band. Started back in 2010.
Mhm.
Started as a 5-piece through some attrition and became a 3-piece. It's easier to find 2 other assholes that I get along with instead of 4.
Yes.
And at the same time, when you get together, you've got to like the guys that you're on stage with. You know, I know Matt and Dave, they make fun of me when I mess up, but they at least cover me and laugh at me.
It's out of love, Frank.
But that to me is the biggest thing is finding some guys that you actually are excited to see and talk to and
Right.
hang out with.
Who can take constructive criticism? That's a big thing too, man. Like
Mhm.
you got to be able to communicate in your band. Like
Is that a jab at Andrew?
no,
I thought it was a jab at Dave.
no, we're completely fucking honest. with you.
I'm the one that's right.
Because listen, we're not. It's not all fucking. You're not shitting out the best fucking stream of piss every morning when you wake up. Like you're not writing the best lyrics or the best songs, and some shit don't work. But communication is fucking huge, man. That's like a big part of it. Because
Some singer out there is like, who the fuck are you talking to?
right, but it's crazy because I've been in bands where
Them lyrics
you're
are gold, I
scared
do
to
every
talk to
morning.
somebody, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're in the eggshells, and you're like, man, he's really fucking that up. But I don't want to say anything to him because I don't want to cause any trouble. Like you can't have that shit either, man. Like so.
Well, I think that your friends are not the guys that pat you on the back and tell you you're doing great. Your
Right.
friends are the ones that have the guts to tell you, hey, that kind of sucks. You need to tighten it up.
Hey Rob, that kind of sucks. You need to tighten it up.
But like I recorded Lunar Urge, and while we were recording, I seen it with them. Like, you know, because when you're recording bands too, like you see their engagement with each other, and you're like, man, he's talking shit about how that's not right. I hope this doesn't fucking unfold and there's a goddamn fight or something. But they were totally cool about it, and you know, that's how you got to be in a band, man. You can't have guys that think they're just the shit and they're the only person in the band that pisses excellence. Like,
And not only with that, but with the fucking fans too. Some of them get rabid. I
right.
came off stage one time and this kid was like, "Hey man, the beginning of Destroyer, you fucking ruined that." And I looked at him, I kind of laughed. I was like, "Nah, dog, I just rewrote it."
Right.
And I
Yeah.
was like, "No, I fucked it up. I fucking blew it." But point being, yeah, you just you gotta roll with the punches on all that shit.
Yeah.
You can't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah. I mean,
It's got to be
If
fun.
your feelings are gonna get hurt,
yeah, decide what you want to do. Do you want to make it a business or you just want to have fun? I mean, at this point, I think I made a bad decision doing a business, but no. It takes a little bit of fun out of it, man. But we love what we do,
It
and
can be a fun business, but you still got to be a little bit serious
Yeah.
about that side of it.
yeah, man, just cover your bases. I mean, like Chris was saying, and your merch deals, you just cover your bases, and there's like I said, the music and playing shows is the easy part of it. You got to figure out all the rest of it because that's really the hard part, especially in the world we live in now, man. Like social media is fucking huge. Like if you ain't working on that or you ain't got that shit covered, you can go play shows all you want to, but nobody's gonna show up.
It's crazy how the access that bands have to stardom right now.
I see them blow up, dude, on TikTok. I watch a band blow up like that.
Absolutely insane. Like
Yeah.
we'd have never dreamed. I mean, I hate to be the old guy in the room again, but like
But you are.
I know. But I've been doing this since '93, and we
National champion.
national champion. and we
My
recorded our first demo out of high school on a 4-track in a bathroom
Damn.
Yeah.
on a tape, like a
Right.
cassette tape.
I remember
On
those
a
days.
4-track. and we had 2 of them, and we bounced them, and that's how we made our first couple singles.
Yeah, you having everything. at
But
your hands,
it was like impossible to even dream of getting that tape to somebody.
man. Right.
Do you know what I mean? You were just making copies and hand it to your friends. But now, you got something good. You can get it digitally done in your bedroom,
Right.
and you can hand that to like the right person now.
Right.
It can be as quick as an email.
Yeah, our
And-
first year as a band, we didn't play any shows, man. All we did was pound social media,
Right.
and we played more out of town shows than we've ever played here in Tallahassee. I mean, because we were reaching people that wanted to fucking see us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's what we kind of want to do. We wanted to build like a wall around Tallahassee of where before, because we knew we had fans here, we had a fan base, and we had Godwin and the venue to play. We knew we had it here. It was always going to be here. So our big thing was like we need to reach other people if we want to go to a show and be able to go to Orlando and know there's going to be people there that's going to show up to our shows. So like the first year,
bands aren't going to get to play things like, welcome to Rockville stages
Right.
or festivals.
Yeah,
like
who gets
that,
to do
unless
that?
They,
right?
Yeah.
unless they get out and put their name out there and put their foot out
Yeah.
there to be even voted on.
Right.
Like maybe we don't stand a chance, maybe we do. But
Yeah.
if you don't enter your
If you
name,
don't fucking try, that's
you're
see a
not
lot.
gonna
See
get
that
the
a lot of
opportunity,
bands,
you
man.
know what I
Like
mean? And
if it's
dude,
out of their comfort zone, they're not going to do it. Like that shit was out of our comfort zone, man. Like
yeah, but how awesome
sure.
is that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
it
it's
happened.
awesome,
It
you
can
know?
happen. That's what bands need to know. Like I talked to a friend. I'm not going to mention the band in town about it, and he's like, "Oh man, whatever, blah blah." I was like, "Look, dude, we played the shit, and I said the same thing that you said, but we still fucking did it, and we won, and we fucking went to Welcome to Rockville." I was like, "So if you're going to have that attitude, then why be in the band?" It just doesn't make no sense to me.
And I was there, and y'all killed it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were front and center.
I was.
that was a wild moment. That was.
Did he
freaking
keep his
amazing.
clothes on?
Barely.
He had something, a
Barely.
sock or something.
It was a long.
Sock. Yeah, it was a long
day.
sock.
Oh, I got another fucking thing for the young bands out there.
Yeah.
Become a fan of your fans.
Yes.
Mhm.
I
That's a good
loved the people that fucking hung out at our merch booth, came by, say what's up. That was a lot of fun. That was the most fun of it was before and after the show. The show was fun, but fucking hanging out with all the people,
Mm-hmm.
like there would just be, some random. So, quick story: some random chick just hanging out in our merch booth, all covered up in a hoodie. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And they're like, it's blah 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 from Straight Line Stitch. I have no idea who that is, dude. That chick got out there and fucking killed it.
Oh, she's a beast.
I was like, no shit. I just hung out with her for half an hour. Goddamn, she's angry. I had no idea she was so angry. She was so nice.
Right?
But she was just hiding from everybody. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's just fun being a fan of your fans. Get to know
Yeah.
those people.
Mhm.
That kid would have never known I fucked up that song if he never heard it before.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are the people that keep coming back to shows and coming back to shows and bringing other people to shows and getting your name out there.
That band, The Fetish, actually has a fetish fans page. And I noticed on Instagram, on their stories, they're constantly doing like questions like, ask the band anything. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
People
Yeah.
are like, what do your balls taste like?
Yeah.
Like, one of them was like, oh, next time we're moshing, see if you get a whiff or something like that. I'm like, holy shit. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Salty.
But it's interaction.
It's interaction.
It
and
is.
Each band member was responding.
Yeah.
And even though I think they were on their own phones, right? But they all have access to that same thing, but they were all answering different questions throughout the day.
We had
Yeah.
3 pages of pictures on our Facebook of fans with our stickers.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Nice.
From California, fucking Canada. We'd send them shits everywhere. Yeah, and people just take a picture and then post it to our shit. They would be interactive with it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up the fetish earlier, but my daughter goes to school with maybe one of them or whatever, and she drugged me out to a show at the Hidden Skate Park. Have y'all been there?
I'm not. I've heard about it.
Do it yourself,
Wow, guys. So I went back in time
Yeah.
to 92 at this little place, and the bands played and they did their own sound. It was a little DIY thing. It was sketch, it was a bunch of high schoolers, but they threw their whole show by themselves in the skate park, and all their high school friends were there, and it was like like you said earlier, it's coming full circle. I was sitting there watching, I was like, that was me, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then the fetish came on, and they had their whole merch booth and everything. I'm like, are these kids older or something? And then, and I was trying to make the
They
thing.
just got their shit
They
together.
just had their shit together.
Yeah.
They were, and so she bought one of the fetish T-shirts, and then I saw them on the bill for the Saturday. I'm like, well, moving on up, guys. Like,
no, they're great. They
Yeah.
remind me of a movie, Detroit Rock City.
Yeah.
yeah.
They remind me
Yeah.
of those kids, like
Yeah.
to the T, in that skate park you're talking
Yeah.
about. So we were looking at new locations, right? So I went and looked at the place next to Gremlins,
Right.
an old mechanic shop that's like caved in, and that skate park is right next to it. That is state property, state of Florida property, where these kids are going, and they had been like bootlegging the stuff that's left over from the actual skate park on Railroad Square and coming and building
Oh
Like-
wow.
a fucking what they call a bowl.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's like a
Yeah.
skater's bowl, and like it's a skate park. And I was walking around there, and I'm looking for the power. I'm like, where are they getting the power?
Right.
I wondered that too. When I
This
showed up, I
show,
was like,
it
how
can't be
is this?
one cord, Like,
It's totally one chord. Like I couldn't believe it.
holy
I
shit.
couldn't believe it, and I was like, well, fuck, these kids got it going on. Like I was so impressed.
Props
Right.
to
Yeah.
them.
And it made me feel good because, like we were talking about EDM and stuff earlier, you see the decline of kids caring about live music. And then to go to this show of something that I've long grown out of, the super underground local scene. And, obviously I'm not in that anymore, so I didn't really know it even existed anymore.
Yeah.
And to see it, it was just like, oh, we're fine.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, some of these bands are, and honestly, every band there had great potential and great singing, good song choices, and I was like,
Yeah.
well, fuck it. You go, kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's cool too. Like, what was it? Our Final Feud, man. They're mentioning us all the time, like, and they kind of look up to us, like, and it's crazy because like bands that young, like those guys they're on the curve already,
Phenomenal.
right?
They are
Yeah.
so
Phenomenal.
good.
Oh, they're
Dude,
so
I
I
good.
don't know
love
if
it.
y'all know, but Kai, the guitar player of our Final Feud, volunteered and
Mhm.
taught guitar
Oh
class
yeah.
for a bunch of students,
Mhm.
and has volunteered to do the guitar class at the Department of Juvenile Justice.
Awesome.
Hell
He was
yeah.
supposed to start
Very
a little
cool.
while ago, so I actually got to touch base with him about that because we finally have it.
Shout out Kai.
Yeah, he does guitar lessons at Guitar Center too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
dude, they're great kids, and they
Oh, yeah.
donated a left-handed guitar because we
Awesome.
needed
Hell
we had
yeah.
left-handed students that
Very cool.
Kai knew one of the students that needed it really bad.
Right.
One day I came in there, he was restringing the guitars for some of them and stuff like that. I mean, he really took the time to know this student needs this,
Right.
this student needs this, and he would kind of give them the,
Yeah,
That
he's
is
an awesome
awesome.
kid, right?
you know.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, he sets up all my bases. I don't put strings on shit anymore.
Right.
I'm too old for that shit.
Is that who I need
Yeah, right.
to take my bass to?
Yeah.
But those guys are eager. They're asking us, dude, where are you getting your lights from? How did you build your boxes? Like, well, how are y'all doing this, doing that? So it makes us feel good, like we're doing something right. But we could also, like, it makes us feel good about the youth.
Right.
Like, these kids coming up. 'Cause, I mean, like, when I was their age, dude, I was partying and fucking playing shows.
Oh, my
I wasn't
God.
thinking like
Yeah.
these kids are running in-ear monitors and backing tracks
Right.
and want a light show. Because, I mean, that's what it is about doing a show, man. Like, I feel like that's what we try to do is we try to create an environment. We try to bring everything we can. So when we do play a show and people walk away, like we felt like we gave 110%. And we hope the crowd understands that we try to do the best we could to make a fucking awesome show, right?
And speaking on Our Final Feud, they are some of the most humble kids. Like even being young, like you were saying when you were young, when you were playing, you're like partying, and you're like, man, you guys are awesome. You're like, fuck yeah, But then you go up to Our Final Feud and be like, hey, your set was amazing, and they're like, oh no, thank you for coming, And they're just so humble about it.
They are, and the drummer is super quiet, dude. He is really good.
He is phenomenal.
I busted his balls about that one show where he flaked out and didn't show up on them. I was like, oh, bro, like holy shit. They let him come back because he's that good. He's really good.
A fucking hell of a
And I don't know if I can say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway because if people are watching your podcast, they get inside information. The Fetish bass player was actually trying out with Our Final Feud the other night.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
See, that's the other thing about the venue is like we, Kai and them could come and rehearse anytime they want to. Is how I did it, and so that's what they were doing is letting the Fetish guy come up there, and then how far it goes out is the band Eli. Everybody knows Eli, right?
Yep.
One of them donated some equipment, like a wife of them that they had like this practicing. Well, they donated a Fender Bassman, like 15-inch sub that goes with like 410 cabinet. And I saw him out there doing that, and I was like, oh, hey, I actually have this thing up because I went and looked at his amp head, the bass player. And I was like, damn, it's actually made to run this.
Right. Awesome.
So we took it out there and we stuck it. So now he's got a full bass cab,
That's so nice.
for the first time ever. And he was out there trying out with that. Now, so the Saturday they're going to be using that. And I went ahead and put the Fetish because I think they're a good example of young guys, just like you saw them at the park. They're going to close out the Tiki stage because it's important to leave it with, I think, the youth.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I booked everything. So these younger guys are going to be kind of taking on the night, right?
Right.
And then, of course, Falls Chase because Landon and them are just, they become family now.
Right.
Yeah.
I want them to. They're going to close out the night.
Right.
They'll be the last ones that I do.
Yeah.
So I'm here. We're going on early because Dave's old.
Wow. I gotta be in bed.
It is.
Yeah,
from
Matlock
old
is
to
at
young.
7:30, so
Right. I'm only working the merch table till 8.
yeah. Murder She Wrote.
I think
and
I'm
then
doing.
Snappy Time.
I'm doing the Tiki stage, and I think Scott and Shaggy are going to do the music hall stage.
Right.
Very cool.
Nice.
So Shaggy
So-
really stepped up. I was worried about that.
We've
I was
been
like, oh my god.
we've been getting slammed with comments.
Hammered.
All right.
We have Dylan. He says, much love with Falls Chase boys.
Right.
We have Russ says, love the soggy butt sign in the bathroom. Gotta stay out of the skinny stall and stall in the ladies' room. And we have Landon. Speaking of Landon from Falls Chase, Chris, you the man. Thank you for everything you've done for us.
Right.
We have Tony said, should have been buying ice machines from Stone Cold Ice.
Oh, yeah, we asked your dad about that.
And we have Landon says, and much love to everyone there.
Hell yeah.
And we have Alicia says, hi, Josh.
Hi.
Chris said, keep track of expenses, LOL.
She says that because she does the bookkeeping. She's like, oh yeah, you talk about bookkeeping, get out of here.
Jerry says, really good advice, merch. And she said, Alicia, I am so glad I could teach him the things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to come back to Samantha's question here in just a second. Melissa says, how do you feel about the venues charging bands that sell merch or touring bands that
I would
don't
say
allow
never
other
play
bands?
that fucking venue.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's merch fees. And you know what people don't know probably is that I was a merch guy on the road, national tour with Big Dismal. Like I ran the merch. That's what I did. And dude, 40%.
Oh my
That
god.
was
God.
like
Fuck.
that was normal.
you.
That is why when you go to the
No.
Civic Center,
Wait.
a fucking hoodie's $85.
Wait, of your own merch.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The venue is asking
Yeah.
for 40%.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's why
That's
when
why
you
you
go
got
to
like I sold 10 shirts. You know, like
that's
but I've always been like 0% because we want to give them just like giving them a place to shower or wash their clothes kind of thing.
Right.
You can offer 0% merch. A lot of them are like, oh shit, well at least we get to keep that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But typical 15-20% was like unheard of. You know,
Right.
that's like the lowest of low
Yeah,
when
that's
you're
crazy,
on
man.
major shows. And some of them now, you could come in, you give them the boxes because they know you cheat them, right? They're like, we have people that will sell your shirts.
Oh yeah.
And so you give them the shirts, you can stand right there and watch them. And you can even count them and have a sheet and count them at the end of the night. That way you know they didn't fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they want to know those numbers. And when you're going to these festivals like Big Dismal, I got to see some cool shows, man. And one of them, they paid like $70,000 to get on this tour because it was 60 shows in like almost full blown just 2 months. You know what I mean? Sold out. You know, big shows. When we get there, and I mean that's big money.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the merch tents like were whole pavilions where it was just every band on these festivals, every band on these things. You know, and it was your bread and butter on the road.
Oh yeah.
You know, because you got to tell the record label, hey, this is what we sold, but hey, I mean, it's our living money. You know, we got cash here, we're going to spend it. You know?
Don't pay for gas.
Or else you got to deposit it if you have somebody else who's funding your merch, and then it's got to
Drummers
drop
hungry.
down.
Yeah, we played Welcome to Rockville.
Dollar Menu ain't cheap.
Yeah.
That's what they did. So we couldn't sell our own merch when we played Welcome to Rockville. We could bring our merch and we give it to their merch people. They set it up and they run the merch.
Did they tell you a merch fee, or did they just
I
tell
don't
you?
think they sent us some.
They said we get to set our own price.
Yeah, there would have been a merch fee in it.
Yeah, so we were kind of weird about it. We're like, well, fuck it. We're not going to
We'll
bring our
sell it.
merch, you know?
You just got to do your inventory
But
sheet.
you can only have one shirt though. You
Yeah.
can have one
One design.
one soft and one hard good. So you can have a CD and a shirt. That's it though.
Oh.
A lot of
And listen,
major
dude,
festivals, that's-
that was the last of our worries because that fucking Daytona Speedway was a mess trying to get ourselves into that place.
Oh,
I heard about
Like,
that shit.
holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, we were
Lost
pretty.
as a motherfucker.
You talking about Josh being a fucking pure asshole? I'd had enough of it. Nobody knew where the fuck we were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Nobody.
We
I mean,
bought
we
it,
were talking to everybody. Hey, like 20 minutes, we got to play a fucking stage somewhere. Nobody knows where we're supposed to go.
Oh my god.
Finally, we found this woman. I can't remember her name. But I told her I'd fucking kiss her child if he was there because I mean, she was our saving grace. We were never made to the stage. She helped us out. We ended up getting on a golf cart and drove around.
We went
They're like,
all
go
around.
this
We
way,
went-
go that way, giving us directions, and we went all around this
we
place.
went
I'm
to
like,
the
dude, I don't know.
underground pits, like where all the NASCAR cars are in the
Yeah.
underground pits. I mean, this security guard was like, I don't know how to get you over there, but we're gonna go a long way. And we went all the way around.
It was insane, man. Like
Yeah.
it was crazy, but we made it though. And they were like, who was it? Rebirth. Because like in the forums, they're like, we're going to bring all our shit, like our boxes and all this, and they're like, make it real minimum. And so we go up there and play our show, and like, I think we brought a couple of boxes, and we were like, how the fuck are we going to get these boxes in there? But the other bands, I guess, figured it out because they had where they could just drive their fucking trailer right up to the stage. I'm like, how the fuck did they manage to do that? And we're barely finding a golf cart to get to where we need to
Gotta have
go.
that fucking road manager.
Yeah,
tour
like, it
manager
was-
that handles that shit for you.
It was
Rebirth was
confusing,
awesome.
man. It was kind of cool just to see the process and what you got to do to get on these big festivals and what it entails. Like, it was a lot, man. So
Imagine only playing the stages here and never doing that.
right, yeah,
And being
Yeah.
like, that's just as hungry as I am.
Right.
You know? I mean, imagine if that's as hungry as you are, as hungry as you
Right,
are. you
yeah.
know? But imagine wanting to be more,
right,
but not taking the steps to do it to
Right.
even get that opportunity to fucking go ride around and see the shit like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
You would never see.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then it was definitely an experience.
It was eye opening
Yeah,
though
it
because
Yeah,
like
it was
just
great.
because they sent us the contract that they give to all the big bands, like all your national acts and stuff like that. So we're reading pages and pages of that.
Shit in our
We were
pants.
actually
Like,
freaking out because we're like, okay, well, we don't have insurance. Like, you know, one of the things is you had to have insurance. So I actually called some insurance companies, right? And I'm like, okay, so my band's about ready to play this show. We have to have insurance. So this is, you know, event insurance and all that. So this is what I need. And they're like, okay, well, I'll get your information. They said, okay. So what kind of music you play? Oh, we play rock music. Okay. Well, do you guys have people that mosh during those? Like,
No,
oh,
no,
oh,
absolutely
I
not.
was stupid. I was like, yeah, well, people because they talk to you like they're your friend. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, what kind of music is it? They're like getting excited. Like, okay, well, what kind of music? Well, rock and they mosh and stuff like that. Like, oh. Yeah, that's going to cost you for that. I'm like, what? I'm like, what's that about? They're like, well, if someone got hurt in the mosh pit, that person could
Liability.
say that the singer enticed the mosh pit,
Oh my
which
God.
caused the injury. I'm like, oh,
Oh, and so the festival had y'all's insurance cover
well,
the crowd?
yeah, and that's what you would have to provide. And so they were asking like, well, how many people are you playing in front of? Like 1,000 people, 1,500 people, 500 people. I'm like, it's I don't know, like the day's got like 40 or 60,000 people for the day. And like, they're like, no, we can't do any insurance for you guys. So they forwarded me to somebody else, and then we found out from Jake with Jake was Jake is one of the guys with the Space Zebra crew, and he said, no, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. It's just formalities. Just sign the damn paperwork, send it in. This is for your major bands. And part of the stipulations was you can't play within 30 days of the show, can't play 30 days after.
Fine print.
There's a lot of fine print for those big bands. But it was cool being able to see that.
And as someone who works in the insurance industry, that is the number one thing insurance agents are going to do. They're going to butter you up, be your best friend. They're going to be like, oh, like, especially like anything. It doesn't matter. Like, oh, you just bought a brand new car. That's so awesome. So have you tried to take it 100 on the interstate?
Yeah.
And just to see like what they can get out of you. That's
Like 40 past the cop shop.
Oh, that's going to cost you.
That's a great idea,
We
though.
can
As
see
someone
skills.
that wants to throw a festival, I can be like, oh,
Right.
to
Yep.
play this
Yep.
stage, you got to have fucking insurance
Yep.
on your own.
Exactly.
Pat has a question.
Extra
Says,
equipment.
hey, Rob, and your favorite color is what?
666.
That's a weird color.
Devil.
Smith says, do you prefer squares or circles, Rob?
I prefer pentagrams.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I have that. Skittles says facts, and Lisa says, back in my day, tapes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was still in there.
We have a shit ton of comments. Lisa says, oh, she commented, hang on, where to go? And you will go back again. Y'all are great at WTR.
We're going to keep trying, that's for sure. We'll keep at it.
Samantha, hey Rob, how do you feel about peanut butter and jelly? Do you do the nut butter first? Do you mix them together and then spread? Tell me about it. Inquiring minds want to know, Rob.
No comment.
I don't know if you can do that.
Yep.
We all have
I
to stare
just did.
awkwardly at Rob. He's got nothing.
Nope.
Lisa says, Parks and Rec. There's a lot of comments. Y'all are blowing up the comment section. All right.
And please do. Please do blow them up.
Alicia, what are the future goals of each band? Good question.
That is a good
I want to hear from Client old Steve. I think he's hungover from his birthday.
I am still hungover. Sevi brought over a handle of Jameson, and we attempted to kill that entire thing.
Sebby's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is. Hell of a drummer.
So what's the future goals of your band, Steve?
Well, we're going to do a music video, and we're going to
Burn down a field.
possibly burn down a field.
Who's doing the video?
Get insurance.
Tommy. I don't remember his last name. He is
Neither do we.
Well, Tom.
he is Sevi's Sevi and Rushi's neighbor.
Okay.
So he is going to be doing the music video.
His first attempt at this, right?
He-
I think Sebby talked to me
believe
about
so. He is
Yeah.
a graduate of the film
Go for it.
FSC
That's you,
film
man.
school.
it. Right.
PBR
So-
red light?
He's going to be doing it. And
I'll have a PB.
what else we're going to do? We're hoping to get on a festival after the music video is done.
Oh, yeah.
So
You've
We're
been
gonna
taking notes.
yeah, I mean, I've been talking to Josh and Andrew and trying to figure out like how they got on Rockville and all that stuff, and how to go through like the Twitch thing and
It's a
Stuff
pain,
like
man.
that.
Like, and it's hard because like you really got to have people involved in the Twitch thing, and that's like our generation. Like,
Yep.
I really don't know much about Twitch, so it's kind of
Mhm.
first was kind of frustrating. It's like
I think it's
know
hard
shit
getting
about
people
this
to the
stuff.
shows.
Yeah.
Try getting them on Twitch.
the best thing, like
What the hell is Twitch?
right,
It's like, you
the
okay?
best thing. Andrew's girlfriend, where did she go?
You had told me.
Yeah, she went to a restaurant. Right, she was doing karaoke, and she had everybody everybody in there
Restaurants.
voting.
Oh, really?
Right, yeah, voting for us. So
Nice.
you really gotta go and get the votes. I mean, I think they focus a little more on the music side of it than they used to, but it still comes down to those votes, man. We've lost to some pretty terrible bands.
They've done a promotion. I think what they do is they do like a promotional thing each year.
Mhm.
There's some kind of gimmick, right?
Right.
To get all the local bands for the local music venues to team with, your chance for Welcome to Rockville, your chance for the stage, no matter what it's going to be. Because I did a Battle of the Bands for that one time at Atmosphere.
Right.
And I
remember that.
Who won that? Somebody won that and got to go play. Was it
Who was it?
Edensville?
Edensville, yeah.
Mhm.
I think it was Edensville
Yeah.
before they broke up.
Yep.
And became Brown Goose. Brown Goose broke up. Edensville broke up.
Right, yeah. Mhm.
But so each year, it's probably going to be something a little different than the year before, just so that they make sure they cover their bases.
And they do a lot of them, so it's not just Welcome to Rockville, like incarceration they do.
Yeah.
I mean, so every festival Danny Wimmer presents you're going to get an opportunity to play one of those festivals. We tried for incarceration, but I would say we kind of gave up. We were kind of burnt out because we got so far in that last one Chris gave us the Warrior, which we really appreciate, to do that live show. And like, we put so much into that, and then we lost. And it was like, dude, we were just so far in the dumps, because we had gotten so far and did so much work.
Does he do Earth Day birthday?
I don't think, no.
DWP doesn't.
Y'all got to go down there and do sour. Hey, sour can get you on Earth Day birthday.
You guys would
Yeah.
kill it, EDB.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's much. I don't want to.
Smaller.
It's smaller than
Yeah.
Rockville, but also it's also not as over the top professional as Rockville.
Right.
It's more of a you have a better chance of getting your foot in the door.
And we're always open for communication. That's what we try to, communicate, like our Final Feud and Steven. Like, man, if y'all got questions for what we've done, feel free to ask. Like, we want to see everybody succeed. It's a
It's all
strong
about who you know.
music community, man.
It is who you know.
And who you blow.
Dude, it's really all. You could be the most talented fucker in the world and just the shittiest attitude, and just no one will want to fuck with you. You know, and like,
Yeah.
and you really, really, really also got to be just so true to yourself. That way, there is no which way did I go. You know,
Mhm.
I've always just been a straight shooter, and that's just all I'm fucking doing. 'Cause
Right.
that's it.
Yeah.
Well, there's examples of that right here in Tallahassee. I mean, we don't need to name any names, but all of us know people that had the talent better than anyone we've ever seen in our lives, better than most of the people we see that are famous, and they fucked it up.
Yeah.
And they're still here.
Yeah.
And
Took
there's
themselves too seriously.
right, or a myriad of things, drugs, or not being able to get along with people, whatever the reason. Though,
Right.
it's not just about the talent.
Yeah.
All the way
It's
to
about
listening
making
to
everything
too many people.
right.
Yeah.
And letting too many people tell you what you should, right? Not what is true to you.
Right.
And so anyone writing music, it don't, my dad always told me, don't strum a note if it don't mean nothing to you.
Right.
You know,
Right.
what's the point of playing it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Excuse me.
And so it's like, you really got to mean that note for me as a listener to relate to you.
Right.
You know? And to relate that to myself,
Right.
as a listener, I can hear the fake, and like being around Eric Durance, I've seen him do his own songs and I've seen him do other people's songs, and I mean, he's a great artist, but you can hear it when it's not something that he wrote that is really pertaining to his life, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And it could be something that someone else wrote that pertains to like his life, that you can hear the trueness in it, right? So I mean, you can sing someone else's song,
Yeah.
and ring true to the listener,
Right.
Which is how people could do a cover, like your own cover, but it still rings true. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's not like, oh, that's it's
Yeah.
a cover. It's like it's a true cover. It's ringing through.
It's not just karaoke.
Speaking of all that, how many originals do y'all doing the one video? How many do y'all have now?
Well, we have the 5 originals, and we have 2 in the making right now.
Nice.
So we're looking at doing.
Y'all got a full
Yeah.
Full heavy hitter.
So we have we're gonna do the Abyss first for video, and then we're gonna do Toothache.
Nice.
So
Both great songs.
thank you.
The video is a great way to market yourself to all these people. You know.
Yeah.
I just never thought we'd make it out of the living room. Like, I mean, it was just to start the band and just fuck around and just jam out and play some music.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we were like, hey, let's go over to Warrior and do a open mic after a couple of months, and that's where it started.
Right.
In the pub.
And yeah, we did an open mic, and I mean, there was not really that many people because it was in the middle of fucking COVID,
Right.
so really nothing was open except for Warrior. So. You know, there was
Not essential.
there was a few people there, and they were like, "Holy shit!" You know, that was like really good. So we were like, "Really? Okay, cool." You know, and then we got on our first show. Chris gave us the opportunity to get on a show with Falls Chase, opening for Falls Chase, and it just kind of took off from there.
Yeah.
Now Falls Chase is like brothers to us.
Definitely.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you know,
Y'all landed a great drummer too, man.
Yeah.
Y'all got a great drummer.
mhm.
Now,
Sevy's actually doing drum lessons with our drummer Jeremiah. He's such a great teacher. Yeah.
And he plays with another band too, though, right?
Yeah, he plays
Yeah.
for Redrawn.
Redrawn. Okay.
Mhm.
Wow.
He's
Rushi
a great.
too.
I sat
Shit,
down
so
and
he's playing
like
twice.
watched.
Yeah,
him do
Rushi too.
the drums.
Look, I didn't
I
take
wanted to be there
into-
too. Like,
Yeah.
I
he's
didn't take
amazing.
that into.
So 50% of our band is 50% of their band.
I didn't think about that when I did the.
Well, we're playing back to back actually.
Oh,
so it's Redrawn and
on
then
the same
us.
stage, right?
Same stage this
Right.
time.
Sweet.
Barbecue. We like
Okay.
broke them down real quick and ran them across. You know.
That's cool. That'll save some
yeah, you
change.
totally knew that shit. You got to figure it out.
I knew that. So,
You're in the know.
It's
You're in the know.
natural. I just
Now,
loved it.
now, Steve, you guys were pretty heavy on covers, but your fucking all your stuff on YouTube is killing it. All your originals. Are you guys going to focus more on originals or?
Yes. So we've kind of drifted away from doing the covers. I mean, we still do some covers because you know everybody wants to hear Tool
Well, yeah.
when we play and some Deftones and stuff like that. So we still, and because we only have 5 original songs that are done to complete a set, you know, we'll throw in the Tool songs and because I mean, really, who plays Tool? You know?
Right. Yeah, you'll never live that down. You have to play a Tool song.
Yeah,
for the
gotta
rest
play
of
Tool.
your career. Yeah.
So yeah, so yeah, you know, we got 2 more in the making, 2 more originals in the making. So, you know, eventually we'll probably phase out all covers.
If you never played Moon Baby again, I'd be okay with that.
Right?
I would
You
be.
didn't like Moon
I'm
Baby?
going to
didn't-
vote for killing in a name.
I thought you wanted us to play Moon Baby.
Oh no! So I just appreciate it. So a little bit of backstory. Whenever he and I first met, I mentioned to him that Moon Baby is my favorite Godsmack song. This was like fucking 5 months ago. This is a while back that we had this conversation. Their last show, they played Moon Baby. After the show, he said, "Hey, you know, we played your song." I was like, "Oh man, holy shit! You fucking remember that from like 6 months ago?"
Right.
So I appreciate that, and so as such, my point is, if you never played it again, I'd be okay with that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got you.
Yep.
So not in a bad way. You're not saying they absolutely suck.
Yeah, no.
That's
No.
how it kind of came across.
Oh no, absolutely not. Yeah, yeah.
Hanging right in front of us.
I know. I did a sound check last. I think it was last show. And with Air Supply, and Chris was like, "Okay, that's enough." And I'm like, "Okay."
Oh, well, yeah, but I'm only just saying that.
You have to remember, though, Mason's not here to roast him, so you can't. That's
Right.
Mason's job.
True.
Yeah.
True.
That's Mason's job to roast bands, apparently. So, real quick, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to let you guys listen to a tragic song. And then when we come back, we have a shit ton of comments to catch up on, bunch of chats, questions, and all kinds of things. So,
BRB.
I can feel it all around us. The walls are coming down. Silence never makes a sound. separate, 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 separate from the old, from the old life.
That is
We're
not.
filtering through.
That's all right. Ain't the first time this happened. All right, it's kind of how we do.
All right,
And they're off.
and we're back, and we have a lot of comments.
Off Record Music Show.
Yeah.
So real quick, guys, don't forget, stay tuned because we will be announcing the winners of the Off the Record contest that we did. So, yep. So we're gonna do that here in just a bit.
Too. The baby.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
There's a baby.
It's a bit.
I love
Is
babies.
this one? Nope. This one. Go.
Congratulations to Jeff Withers on a brand new baby boy.
It's a yeah.
Nice. Pace
That-
lessons. Pace lessons. Pace lessons for babies. Boom. Chris, write that down.
Babies.
Bases for babies.
All right, so we did have. I lost track of where we were on the comments. We had a.
need to get out of here. 9:00.
You got it right.
I gotta my baby. I did
Oh,
enjoy it
speaking of-
though.
Yes, thank you
And-
so much for
Yes.
coming.
I'll see y'all Saturday.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Everyone.
before you go, I was going to say this anyway, but Lunar Urge. This is our first all original show.
Mhm.
Nice.
We're a cover band, but I don't mean to bring that up for any other reason other than to say thank you, Chris and Kurt from Defy the Tyrant, for getting us on this gig,
Fuck
and we
yes.
really
Hell
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. Everything you've had for us.
Hey, and also back during COVID when nobody was booking,
Yeah.
we did a full original show there at Warrior with Alicia,
Yep. Alicia put that
And,
fun series together.
and that
Right.
was awesome.
Yep.
That was
That
really cool to
was.
get to do.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
was
technically that would be our first original show, but there was nobody there, so this is our first live original.
Yeah,
show.
but everybody got to see that. I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah, no, it was
those are
awesome.
on
It was awesome.
TLMC's YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
They'll still up and stuff.
Well, I guess
You know what's
all-
funny is that was our first show too.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Chris is the one that opened the doors for us on that too.
Yeah.
Oh, it was y'all's first show.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Our first show was to no crowd. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Man,
That's most of our show.
Band
But
practice.
we should say thank you,
Love y'all.
Godwin, for
Thank
coming
you.
here.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Awesome. So we have. Lori says your dad was wise, Chris, and you are taking that forward. And
No, not today, Ghost.
I don't know. Good. Where's Stacy? Who
right, I was about to say. So, who you gonna call?
Stacy.
We're gonna call Stacy now. Speaking of Stacy, we have to get him back on the show because
Yeah, you went to that last
yeah,
week.
that
A lot of
was
fun.
it was. I took my oldest son there. It was a blast. It was actually pretty cool. But we're gonna have him back on the podcast to do all the shit that he did there. We're gonna do it here.
Mm-hmm.
We should say make him stay. That's what we should say.
Wait, where is she? Oh no!
Too late.
Well,
Too late.
Damn.
It's on the way.
make him stay. Damn it! All right.
Enjoying
so,
quiet time.
Yeah, right. Do you want to go ahead and let's announce some winners?
Yeah, go for it. You have the mouse. You
Where's
have
your
to-
thing at?
You gotta go down, share screen.
Is it right behind this one?
Wait, yeah, you'll have to scroll over to that, bring that screen up. Right, this way, right there. See a big round wheel? There you go.
Ah, so it is behind it.
Now, wait a minute. Oh, shit. Yeah, so minimize that.
Yep.
There you go. Go to share screen.
and then it's going to be this one.
We might get a little bit of that, what do they call it? Inception. Yep, right there. Now go to that one.
All
Open
right.
that up. Can everybody see that? Can you guys see that out?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, good.
All right, we're gonna shuffle a couple times.
Yep, shuffle that a few times, and then I believe you hit the middle.
Is that enough?
That should be good.
Is that enough? You sure?
That should be good.
Okay. Oh!
Yay.
Sandy wins 2 tickets, right?
2 tickets to Saturday's final show at the Warrior. Doors are at 2, and I can't get the thing to come back up.
Now,
No.
how does Sandy
You
arrange
might just
this?
Be able to close that.
Does Sandy need to reach out to us?
Slow down.
Are we reaching out to her? Or does she just show up and
Oh my
She-
God, yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying to get this up, and then I'm going to explain
Okay.
how to redeem said tickets.
There you go. Click that.
I am clicking that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
I agree. Let's do. No, which one?
There we
Yeah,
go.
There we go. Okay, did you stop?
And we're back.
Did you stop sharing
Yes.
screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Woo! So Sandy is going to get 2 tickets to Saturday show, and there's going to be a shit ton of bands. Doors are at 2. All you have to do when you get to the door is tell them that you are with Off the Record. You have 2 tickets. Give them my name, and we will make sure that you have your 2 tickets waiting for you. So woo, Sandy.
All right.
Yeah.
Is anybody else giving away free tickets while we're at it?
Well, we are now.
Yeah. What
I
kind
was-
of contest does Ember Fading have run?
Do we have a contest going? Ask the manager over in the corner here.
We left that off the record. Y'all got the
We can
contact.
throw in some stickers and a T-shirt.
Hell yeah!
Share
Yes.
and tag us. Share and tag Ember Fading
There you
on
go.
your Facebook. Tag Off the Record Ember Fading.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm probably loud enough, but if you guys want to share Off the Record and Ember Fading or share just the Ember Fading page and tag us in it so we know, and we'll pick a winner.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, we do have a new website. It's not up and running completely yet. We just started the basic designs. A friend of mine, Jet, she does web design and a lot of different things, and she kind of helps out on the back end with things that we can't all control because we're all running the social media
Oh,
and
yeah.
booking and all the other things. So we have that working, and that should launch within the next week or so, and we'll have a
Oh,
booking
yeah.
thing on there too.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. So I was actually going to ask you guys, and you beat me to it. So you mentioned this is Lunar Urge's live show with all originals. So are you guys,
Yep.
how are you guys pretty stoked
Yeah,
about it? You're
His
talking
nipples
in
on.
my,
Well, it's always more fun to play your own music.
well, yeah.
And so, I mean, we've been doing this for, I mean, Dave was younger when we started. He's old now. So,
Yeah, I've been with them since 2015.
yeah, he's a new guy in the band.
Okay.
But we've been playing, I mean, we played gigs that were parties that were 6-7 hours that we played.
Yeah.
Not with you. I think you'd have whined about that.
I would have
Wow.
whined. But
But,
we've
but
done
the girls were putting dollar bills down our pants. You keep
Right.
playing.
right.
I mean,
Well, I mean, we've done 5-hour gigs since
Yeah.
I've been in the band.
yeah, so it's kind of different for us to go, okay, we're going to get up
Holy
and play for
shit.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay, that'll be fun. Then we get to watch Tragic.
Yeah.
This past Sunday, we played 30 minutes extra on the show. Like that's
Right.
Yeah, just one more turned into 8 more.
right.
Yeah, I think we started early too.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
hell
but I
yeah.
mean, it'll be super cool to do our own stuff and just enjoy it. Like honestly, I mean, we're for those that don't know, we're coming from a different perspective than the rest of these guys. We are a cover band. We play 3-hour shows 3 times a month.
Right.
And we've been slowly working in originals and stuff. And you know, there's something to be said about it. It's a job. Being in a cover band and trying to stay busy in this town is a job.
Oh yeah.
And we do okay at it. And if it wasn't fun, we wouldn't do it because we certainly aren't making any money.
Right.
Not if you actually like keep track of the money, you're not making any money. But it'll be really cool to be part of something like that. We're super honored to be on it. Like I said, thanks to Kurt for bringing it up to Chris. You know, we were one of the first bands that played a few places in town, and it's cool to be on this last show. You know, and
Right.
It'll be fun, and it'll be really cool to get up there and do 30 minutes and then like go drink.
Yeah,
That'll be something
Enjoy.
right, and watch
Yeah.
watch Tragic play, and and the rest of you guys, and I'm excited to see Alter of Flesh again. I've known them since before they were a band, and if y'all know anything about them, they've been around like 30 years.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
not
yeah.
quite 30, but 20 plus years for sure. And I haven't seen them in 2 or 3 years, so it'll be
Yeah.
great to hang out with Jason and them, and it'll just be cool. It'll be cool to be part of that original scene again for me. I'm not really sure how much you and Matt really were into the original scene, so it's cool to introduce you guys to a different kind of world that we're doing.
That's
So-
awesome. So have you guys played 5-hour shows before?
We've done 4-hour shows.
Mhm.
Because we started out as a cover band too.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've done quite a few 4-hour shows. But Jarrett was like, we're not doing this shit anymore. I'm like, I said, all right, I
Three
get
is
it.
the sweet spot. For
Yeah.
sure. 3 hours is the sweet spot.
I enjoy music, but I don't think I enjoy it that much.
It's definitely different doing your own stuff and your
Mm-hmm.
own songs that you've written, and
Yeah.
it's different feeling and different enthusiasm. Like Chris was saying about when people are playing covers, you can tell the ones that are
Oh,
the ones
yeah.
that mean something to them, and that's kind of one thing that we do is if one of the three of us doesn't like the cover, it gets thrown out.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
awesome.
if we don't all three feel strongly about it, that's why it's important to only have 3 assholes in the band.
Right. And we'll float 5-6 songs every 2 weeks.
And I gotta say, Dave can sing Katy Perry. Just,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got that shit unlocked.
Yeah,
I tried to get him to close down this show with it,
Yeah,
but he
Is
We're
that going to be
doing-
the
we're
encore
doing-
song or?
No, we're doing Hot and Cold.
Guys, okay.
Y'all are laughing. We've done it several times already.
it's one of my favorite
Yeah.
songs we play.
Hell yeah.
It's hard. It blows your voice out. So I've been like sidestepping it. But yeah, it's pretty high. But it's fun, man. Because if we're not enjoying it, we don't want to get up there and do like. I mean, no offense to anybody that does this, but we don't want to get up there and do the old classic rock, Brown Eyed Girl.
Right.
There's bands in town that are so good at that there's no reason to compete with them.
Right.
There's only so many times you've heard Mary Jane better than the last time you heard it.
Yeah.
Because there's guys in town, there's these blues guys in town, and they can rock that shit.
Oh yeah.
And you'll go, oh, it was like magical. But then you'll see another band do it the next night. Oh, it's magical. And it's like, no one's doing, we're doing like Presidents of the United States of America and
Yes.
and
Foo
Poison
Fighters.
and Foo Fighters and Blink 182. And
Wait,
it's like,
what
there's
song?
no
Yeah,
reason.
that's what I like.
Presidents of the United States.
Lump.
Yes.
Lump, oh yeah.
I love that song.
But,
Is it pajamas or pajamas?
it's pajamas. The first like month that we played that song, I guess his whole life he's called them pajamas. That does not rhyme with piranhas. No matter how much.
No, he does say pajamas, doesn't he?
Right.
Yeah, he
Oh
does.
shit!
So
does.
every single time it was, mud flowed up into his pajamas, and Matt and I would go like how like Stewie. Y'all remember that episode
Yeah.
where Stewie turned his head?
Yeah.
So real quick,
I guess you can say
Mason.
piranhas. Kind of. You can say piranhas.
Piranhas.
Yeah.
Piranhas with your pajamas.
I think you can get away with that. Yeah.
I'm going to start doing that.
Nirvana.
Mason.
At this point,
Mason, buddy, go to bed.
Oh.
He says, "Love you, live, love you, live. Keep up the good work. Go to bed, bud. It's past your bedtime."
Past your bedtime.
Called out by mom.
And Melissa says, "How do you feel about pay to play with national touring acts?" That's a good question.
Damn. I say fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I am so against that. I just found out that was a thing.
Oh, really?
And I say fuck that. It's just like merch share. To me, it's like, no.
I get that.
Fuck you. You either want my band or you don't.
There you
Some
go.
things you shouldn't have to pay for.
Right.
Yeah.
Andrew, what's your take? You've been quiet over there.
I see where as a venue I could see it, but as a musician, which is more where my heart is, I feel like it should be based off of talent and how much that band or act has put into the community on that part. I mean, that's a prestigious thing, and one of the things, and not to steal the show or anything, but it's kind of one of the things that we want to promote at the Legacy is to get these national acts and these bigger bands coming in and pair them up with local talent, because that also helps propel the local scene. But it's not going to be just a free hand, like, here you go. It's not going to be like, oh, pay me $3,000, you can play. No,
Right.
I want the bands that's pushing the hardest, and that does more for the community. I feel like those are the ones that deserve the spots to be able to play with those national acts and the bigger acts. And like I said, it's just me just being from the musician side and not from a venue owner perspective,
Right. Right.
So that begs the question: as a venue owner, are you guys paying attention to the bands that actually promote? Because there's a lot of bands that are good but do not promote. Like, I know bands that do not have a Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm fucking why? It's free. Put
Right.
yourself out there. Yeah,
No,
do
because
it-
we don't do Facebook.
yeah, do everything you can to promote yourself.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
Absolutely.
be a whore on this one, gentlemen. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Promote.
I remember back with the behind the music when Metallica was on.
Yeah.
They said promote, and that's that's what you got to do.
Well, and like a majority of us in here have been doing this quite a while, and we would have killed for the easy promotion that we have now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not too crazy to think that some of us might be in different positions right now if we had the opportunities that people now have.
Right.
Like, you can record anything now. You can promote like nuts. You can reach 50,000 people, with 30 minutes of work now.
Right.
And it's almost like, I don't want to say spoiled, but it's kind of like that thing where it's like a lot of the bands don't take advantage of it because they don't realize
That it is
how
an
good that they
advantage.
had. Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
because they've always had it.
They don't have to fly or fucking Hot Topic anymore.
Oh, yeah. They don't have to
Right.
walk
That's
down
not even a
Tennessee
thing.
Street with the stapler.
Yeah.
We still did like have the police chase you, and then you come around through Frenchtown and go back and staple right behind.
Yeah.
Well,
Me and
plus
Steve,
you have,
me
you
and
have the
Steve just
ability.
did that. So
Yeah.
we still do it.
Yeah, we just did that for
Yeah,
the
did
Christmas
you?
show.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Went around and plastered up
Some
flyers
old
everywhere.
Yeah.
Skittle says, "Why not use the free advertising?" And then Lisa
Well, it's not
says,
free.
"Kids think Facebook is for old people."
Well,
I mean, that is
Well,
true
that's
because
the nice thing about, like,
These
at
old
least
people
with
got
us,
fucking bar tab money. So
Right.
they
There you
promote.
go.
at least with
Promote
us,
it, you can see
the nice thing with the social media is we've got a lot of fans and friends that come see us all the time. We put out a post, and then next thing you know, they're sharing it and sharing it and sharing it. And
Right.
I mean, this
that's
is
how
the
you
way
end
to
up
do it.
with.
This is the first band I've ever been in that social media has existed.
Right.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
going back to, we used to have to put up flyers and shit like that and,
Right.
go and actually invite people. But now, you can put invites out and just plaster social media. I actually just downloaded Instagram the other day.
Right.
That's
So,
like that
I have
shit
no
online.
fucking idea how to use it. So I'm gonna have one of
You
my
just
kids.
post
yeah,
pictures. I mean,
one of my kids show me how to do
I'm
it.
not a fan of Instagram.
I'm not
Yeah,
either.
I don't know anything about it. So
But also look on your friends list. If you have 355 friends and you share your shit and 355 people don't share it, get rid of all them motherfuckers. I'm just kidding.
No
That's
shit.
how it feels some days. You motherfuckers need to start sharing people's stuff, man.
No-
I know
no
if you're
shit.
friends with me, you know how badly I love this shit. Just share it, man. It doesn't take 2 seconds to share something, right?
Hey,
Like,
hey,
all it
Josh, people laugh, but fucking, I will invite people to like the OTR page, and if they don't, I'll fucking delete them.
See you later.
I ain't gonna lie. You ain't a
Yeah.
friend of mine if you don't support me.
Yeah, that's
I ain't
the
like
thing,
your
man.
goddamn
Like,
real estate bullshit, real estate
Yeah.
business, Susan. If you don't like my fucking podcast page,
Right.
go fuck yourself.
That part.
The only thing that I want to say somewhat counter to that is, especially in what we do here, we are so saturated with bands and everything. It is hard
Right.
to, and I'm not trying to make excuses, but really more as a matter of fact, I suppose, it's really hard to share everything
Yeah.
that everybody has put out. Believe me, I want to share all your shit.
Well, to counteract that,
Sure.
so we all have Facebook pages. You can follow that shit. If you like enough shit, you get a top fan page. So when we do share something, if you like our stuff, you'll get a notification every time we share something.
Yep.
But just kind of fight for everybody, because that's kind of my thing, man. As I try to fight for all the bands and the whole local community, man. It just takes a share, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, everybody in this room does a lot of work to do this stuff, man.
Definitely.
Like, a lot of work behind the scenes that nobody sees. It's not just us playing a show.
Absolutely.
That's the fun time for us.
Yep.
You know, that's just a small part of all the bullshit we have to do to get ourselves where we want to be. And we get as far as the community lets us get, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, y'all have the power to bolt us in any direction we want to go. So if you like a band, just keep up with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And y'all's point I see, because y'all have a lot of bands you're dealing with. But find that band that you like, man. If you like them, just stick with them. Share them. Share the shit. It takes 2 seconds to share it.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's what drives us bands to get further. That's what we want to do. We want to reach out, but we can't reach out only as far as fucking Facebook lets us. And let me tell you, they don't want to share your shit unless you're paying them.
Right.
Yep.
So the only way we get out there is an army of people to help us get out there. I mean, that's how we got the Twitch thing and won the Twitch thing. It took an army. It takes an army for us to get out there. So just please be understanding of that. I know people have busy lives and stuff, but if you're a friend of mine and you enjoy my music, just try to keep up with it. Share it if you see it. I know sometimes you don't
Support.
see it, but man, that shit goes a long way. And,
Yeah, it
and
does.
it helps us feel appreciated a little bit, that our hard work is paying off a little bit too, that people see it and appreciate it. And,
Yeah.
But-
Sometimes you got to mix it up a little bit. Dave had one that wouldn't get any responses. He put pictures of puppies on there and
Yeah.
You'd be
I
Did
saw
you
it, yeah.
notice that?
at the stupid stuff you can put on. and
So
people
I
share it.
made this huge post about the show and was just like, you know, we have thousands of people on our Facebook page,
Mhm.
on the band page, and we see 150 of them throughout a month.
Yeah.
And some of them are close. You know how those close friends are. They're very close friends, but they still haven't come out to see your show,
Right.
or they saw you once a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, and which is cool. Life happens, it's, And I was like, well, hey, if you've said oh man, I'm been meaning to see Dave's band. Well, this is the show.
Right.
Yeah.
The money's going to a good cause. There's these great bands are playing after us and around us and during, and we're only playing 30 minutes. So you don't have to listen to 4 hours of us. I was making a joke of it.
Well, plus we can actually hang out with you
Right.
afterwards and talk.
Oh, and we're gonna have new merch and all this stuff. And I was like, so this is it. And then I posted it, and I sat there and I watched it. And it was the middle of the day, and I sat there and I watched it, and it got like 4 likes.
Wow.
And I was like, what in the hell? And this was on my personal page, and I got thousands of people on my personal.
Mhm.
And I was like, what the hell happened? So I started posting. I was like, I'm making a comment. I'm sharing a picture, and I was trying to get that algorithm to work.
Mhm.
And it didn't. And some other people picked up on what I was doing, and they started doing it, and it still didn't. I took that exact same post and put a picture of 2 puppies at the bottom of it, and it blew the hell up.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah.
It's funny how Facebook doesn't really want you promoting music.
At all.
Yeah.
And I put
Yeah.
the link
At
to the
all.
show, and that was the picture. But that's not a picture. That's a business link.
Right.
And Facebook doesn't want that shit.
Well, it's ran by a robot.
Right.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. We talk about Facebook like they have like a conscience and shit, but there's no one there running that. It's a computer that does it. And so you have to throw that picture on there.
Yeah, we shared a lot of shit, and then we had to post that we shared a video of the dude that was in front of the stage holding a beer
Oh,
at
yeah.
a rock
Hit
show.
in the face.
That
Yeah.
motherfucker hit over 1 million views. Like, we went viral on that stupid ass post. That it was
Yeah.
just a post, but we
Right.
can post our music, and then Facebook just slams it, man.
Yeah.
They
Right.
just slam it. They won't let you get it
It's
out.
funny how the algorithm works for sure, but
Yeah,
those shares make such a huge difference. And it's like,
that one share can be seen by so many people
Right.
that I don't know that doesn't know our band even existed.
Right.
You know,
right. And I
that's
feel
the
like
big thing.
if you took the time to like a band's page, then take the time every once in a while to hit the share button.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you don't, and I'm not saying, hey, share our shit or leave the page. I'm not
Right.
saying that because we appreciate y'all seeing everything that we post.
Mhm.
But it's such a minor thing to you and your day, but it's huge to us.
Yeah.
And, and anytime I see a show announced by any other band, I try my best. I'm like, share it.
Yeah.
Even if I don't read it, even if I have no intention of ever going to go see them.
Yeah.
If I have liked them, especially professionally, if Lunar Urge sees a post, Lunar Urge shares the post.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if I don't share it, I definitely like it, or I comment,
Yeah.
or do something. You have to do something to do the algorithm.
Yeah.
Because we're gifted with this awesome promotional thing nowadays, and it's like minimal effort will
Yeah.
make it go so far.
Right. Yeah.
Puppies, man.
Yeah, you can share
Love
puppies.
it. Pictures of puppies.
everywhere.
Cat
Yeah.
videos. Cat videos.
Cat video.
Oh,
Damn
yeah.
it.
Well, see, now you got another idea.
Now we got some cat video.
I gotta buy a fucking cat. God.
So,
No, not buying a cat.
I got 2 of them.
Alicia had a really good question. She said, "Tell me about the hardest thing about performing."
Load in.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Load out.
Load out. Yeah.
Yeah, load out, definitely.
Load in, load out, and keeping the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing is, like, especially for drummers. Like, drummers get on there and they get their adrenaline and they fucking play the song so fast and you lose the. Not talking about you, Jeremiah, right now, but
Played a little too
Um,
quick.
Not, yeah,
Yeah.
I feel
not
bad
calling
for you.
anybody
I
out.
feel bad for you front guys. Having
Right.
to fucking keep everybody amped up when the bass player's over there fucking changing the string and the guitar
Right.
player's tuning and the drummer's trying to figure out if he is vapor locked or he can breathe.
right, yeah. And for me, like, I do a lot of moving, so it's like sometimes I gotta teach myself to just stop for a second, slow down. Like, I've been trying to, like, use a mic stand to kind of keep me grounded a little bit more. Because, I mean, sometimes I do gas myself out. I'm like, fuck, you're supposed to sing too, guy. I'm like, oh, yeah.
You could always be like David Lee Roth and slam around. And
Right,
hit
yeah.
yourself in the
There you
head.
go.
Be like,
Write a note on your hand what town you're in. Be like, how the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I think the shittiest part for all of us is the loading in and loading out. I mean, that sucks. You know, that's the hard. It'd be nice just to go there and perform, but
Hey, we're singers.
You
We
two don't
have
know
to do
nothing.
it.
I was about to say, you two don't know
that's
nothing.
bullshit. Now.
that is bullshit.
Like
I help everybody.
Yeah, working singers
their
are
shit.
great. Yeah,
I did witness. It was an out of town band. I'm not going to say the name of the band. It was at the Warrior, and all the band was coming off the stage and getting their shit, and the vocalist literally got off the stage and was out talking to people. Meanwhile, the guys trying to get their shit off stage, and the vocalist is way over here, talking to people.
Yeah, you see that a lot.
I've seen that a
I
lot.
was going to tell Chris the secret to getting a drummer off stage fast, but he left, so I'll tell Andrew. Get somebody up there just to hand off shit to random people.
right.
Like here's a
Here's
fucking
a snare.
Yeah, here's a fucking
crash.
hi-hat stand.
Yeah.
Here's a snare stand. Here's a couple kick pedals. The fucking drummer pays attention. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa! All that shit goes over here. I'm grabbing it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the biggest thing for bands is really to learn to get your shit off that stage as fast as possible, to get up there as fast as possible. So singers should be helping as well. As many hands on deck as you can have to get that shit off. Because when you start playing with national bands, they'll start grabbing your shit and throwing it off the stage. You're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
your shit off there because everything is time constrained.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they do that even at a big level because I was a stagehand for a long time at the Civic Center and we did that.
Right.
If things weren't going right or whatever. Now they are obviously already have stagehands moving. They're not moving shit.
Yeah.
But their crew will drag ass,
Mhm.
and it's like no,
Yeah.
you got to go.
And helping
Yeah.
the other bands out, like
Yeah.
when me and
Oh,
Ember Fading,
absolutely.
we're helping them trying to load and load out.
Absolutely.
Just make it whole. If everybody makes the process better, it comes together quicker and faster, and just makes
Well, and
it a
it's
better
kind of a responsibility of being on a multi-band gig
Yeah.
like that. Like you can't.
Having a plan too, like okay, we're gonna load off this way. We load on this way. We load off that way.
right. Yeah.
You know,
Right.
having your shit staged up so it's ready to fucking go. To get, I mean, setting up the drums is always the longest.
Right.
Yeah.
So having the cymbals already on the stands, I mean,
Yeah.
just things like that speeds things up.
Yeah.
And I would give a tip to the bass player. Probably works for the guitar player too. If the mainliner has backlined and there's room to the side, just unplug your amp and push it off to the side and get it after their show.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you're going to be there anyways, just get it after their show.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a couple times I've just shoved a refrigerator over into the corner and be like, I'll get it later.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Whatever makes it quicker, easier.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is one nice thing about the original show. I've set up the PA. Dave doesn't have to get our sound set up, so
Yeah, it's a
another
different-
thing. I got
nice.
a lot.
nice stepping in
Yeah.
with an amp and a guitar and plug it in. And
Yeah,
play.
Bringing the
that's a different
PA is
gig
the
altogether.
worst.
'Cause,
Oh god. Yeah.
you know, we bring
Oh,
our
God.
own. Well, and you've done it too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've done it.
When you're a cover band, you bring 100% of it as you.
Right.
You're not
Yeah.
playing places that have a PA or a backline or anything, and that's the worst part is load out
Mhm.
because you played for 3 hours and now it's 1 a.m.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
and
original
all
band,
this
just
shit
stop
has to go
bitching
in the
for sure.
trailer. And there's only 3 of you doing it, you know.
Right.
So
That was what nice is my cover band. We used to play at Bullwinkles a lot, and we
Okay.
would do Friday and Saturday night gigs. So we just leave our
Leave
PA
it.
there
Yeah.
yeah,
and come back Saturday night. So Saturday was awesome. You just get it there, plug in, and go. But then, like at the end of Saturday night, you have to go through and break all that stuff down.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I feel the pain on all of that.
That's- I
Absolutely.
think everybody's been
Back
there.
up to that stage
a
and
little
just
bit.
throw it in the trunk of your car.
No.
Carry that shit out.
I completely broke my toe on our sub. One of our subs, it landed on my toe and it broke it.
Were you
Damn.
inside or at the beer garden?
The beer garden?
Yeah. It's sucked loading in there.
Yeah.
Skittles has a really good comment. She said, "Go to your page, search for followers for Facebook, fact checker, checker for facts, fact checking, etc., then block them. Do this monthly. It will help a ton."
That is really good advice because I've actually heard people say that makes a difference because that's what's blocking you from reaching a lot of different people.
Yeah.
No
Thank you
shit.
for bringing that back up because I read something about that somewhere.
Screenshot. Anybody watching? Screenshot.
Yeah.
While it's up there. 5, 4. All right,
Yeah.
you're too slow.
Take notes because I don't know what the fuck that is.
And then Lisa said, "Come perform at the only music magnet school in town, Raw."
Now Raw is awesome. My ex-wife, her kids went to Raw, and I remember they had a steel drum concert, and she was playing, and it was just awesome. The music there is like the teachers are awesome there. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome to- How would you do a show there? That'd be cool though. Do like an acoustic type deal
Oh, that would be really cool for kids.
with the drum teacher. Yeah.
They've got to have a cafeteria with a stage or
Some kind of
They have
auditorium.
awesome-
Yeah.
Yeah, the auditorium is where I saw them do the steel drum thing, which was amazing.
You talking about have a band go to like play for kids? Lisa, hey girl,
That's a
message
great
me.
idea.
We need to talk. That's a really awesome.
Now, quick question. I don't know shit about shit, but does Sale have a fucking auditorium? Because that
That's where they
seems to be.
juggle.
Yeah.
I can check it out because my kid just started there. She's a freshman.
Nice.
That's
Isaiah's
where-
going to be going
That's
there
where a
next
lot
year.
of musicians come out of is Sale.
Yeah, well, and I don't mean to overspeak here, but I think some of the guys in Fetish go there,
Mhm.
so they would be able to have the in on that
Yeah.
because she for a fact I know one of them does because that's how my daughter even knew about the show.
Lisa says I probably taught your kids. She's a teacher at Rock.
Very cool.
So-
Hell yeah. All right, so we have been going for 2 hours.
Yeah.
We got comment. I have friends at Sale too. Let me know, Lisa. So
Right.
y'all might want to message Lisa. And then great way to gain votes. Cough, tragic cough.
Yeah.
All right. So again, congratulations to Jeff on Bebe. It's a baby. I love babies.
Sandy on winning tickets.
I love babies. Sandy won 2 tickets. So again, make sure that when you go to the venue, make sure you let them know you're with Off the Record, and we will have 2 tickets there waiting on you. So do that. And
So
again,
when does
I think
Lunar
we-
Urge play.
birthday. I'm getting there. Quit jumping
Oh,
ahead.
okay.
God.
Oh, Lord. You turn the camera on so there's no felonies from it.
I was actually going to ask what your time slots were.
No, we should
Oh.
probably know them then. Hold
We're
on.
2:45 to 3:50.
Right.
Yeah,
we play on
Saturday.
You got it?
Yeah.
We're 9 o'clock to 9:45.
So I'm pretty sure
Oh,
Lunar
yeah.
Urge is the
That's
first
past my
band.
bedtime.
Sorry.
and we're playing
I'm gonna
245
try,
my
I'm
bedtime
gonna
too,
try
but-
and stay.
to 315.
2:45 to 3:15. Lunar Urge on the music hall, the big
Right.
stage. Hell yeah!
And I believe I can't remember his name.
Tragic is 3:30 to 4
Mm-hmm.
on the big stage.
You better get our
And
shit off the stage so you don't throw it off.
Yeah, get your shot.
We're not bringing much. We're doing an actual all acoustic set this time.
Nice.
Yes, this will be our first time really playing live show acoustic set. So we won't have much to get off. This will be pretty nice.
Ember Fading playing the Tiki stage from 9 to 9:45.
Nice.
I'll be there front and center.
I'm gonna give a shout out to all the bands on
Yeah,
it.
you go.
Yeah, let's do this.
So we got Lunar Urge. We got Russ Skinner from Your Captain speaking. We have Tragic. We have the Chodes. We have Fighting Giants, Divided Truth, Romexus, Zero Shock, Shadow of the Earth. What? Altar of Flesh, Out of Darkness, Trial by Stone, Core, Despite the Irony, Defy the Tyrant, Intermission. Never heard. You guys heard?
Are they pretty good?
They're pretty
Yeah,
quiet.
they are.
It's more of an interpretive type of thing.
This Dying Breed, Redrawn, Filth, Ember Fading, Falls Chased, and The Fetish.
Hell yeah.
So I'm super excited for this Dying Breed because I know they've been out for a while and they got a new singer.
Yeah.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is the first time seeing them with a new singer. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Shadow of the Earth too has a new singer as well.
I'm
They
looking
do,
forward to
yeah.
seeing Romexus with her new guitar player.
Right?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
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 Lots
So
of cool things.
for each of you, which band are you all excited to? That includes you, Andrew. There you're in the corner tonight. Nobody puts baby in the corner. What
He'll be on screen next time, people. I promise. He's a pretty man. He should be up here. Tonight.
I can't even lean in on a mountain, man. It's just a little bit of me.
what bands are you most excited to see?
I love Divided Truth. They're really good friends of mine. They have always put on a great show.
Yeah, they do.
Shadow of the Earth are good friends of mine. Ember Fading's always fun to watch. Man, there's a lot of bands. I want to see all of them. I think it's going to be great. Like, a lot of good bands. Like, all the bands. I think you can pull out from every corner in this motherfucking state right now is
Pretty
going to be
much.
here for sure. So, lots of great bands. I mean, I'm excited to see everybody. I can't pick one. There's just a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hard to pick one.
Right.
Yeah, just one band.
Yeah, it's hard to pick.
I mean,
this
I'm
one.
definitely looking forward to seeing Filth again. I saw them
Oh,
and met
God,
those
yeah.
guys.
Yeah, they're great.
And
Yeah,
such
they
fucking cool guys.
Yeah.
And so I definitely want to see Filth again. Out of Darkness
Mm-hmm.
and Divided Truth. I have not seen them yet, so I'm really looking forward to seeing
They're really good.
those guys.
And shout out to Freddie from Filth.
Freddie Hall.
Yeah, Freddie.
Yeah.
He's really quiet. They got off stage the last time I saw him, and I told him how I was like, you guys are awesome. You know, I have this podcast, and I kind of told him about the podcast, and he's like, you want a shot? And that was the first thing he said. You want a shot? I was like, fuck yes, I want a shot. Hell yeah, let's do this. So it was awesome. They're really, really good live too. What about you, Andrew?
It is really, really hard to pick any bands.
Yeah.
Because really like to see everybody. Romexus, though, I haven't. Every time we've played with them, they've played on like an opposite stage at a weird time. So
Yeah.
I've never had an opportunity to actually just sit there and watch their whole show. This time I will be able to, so I'm excited. Excited to see your guys' original stuff,
Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah.
which would be awesome.
I know some of them.
Yeah.
I'll sing a couple for you.
You know three of them.
He's heard three of them several hundred times.
Several, yeah, quite a few times.
What about you guys?
Well, I'm kind of new to the scene. Dave may know more of the bands than I do, but I know the ones that I have seen up at the Warrior were awesome, like Falls Chase. What a lot of energy from those
Oh,
guys. You
yeah.
can tell they're having a blast.
Oh, yeah.
They
Punks.
put on a great show. Excited about seeing Tragic, seeing y'all play, and Romexus. I like Romexus.
Yeah.
I've seen them 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times, and
Oh, yeah.
Played a show with them.
we played a couple shows with them,
Yeah.
and just enjoy their mix. And what was the other one we saw? Fighting Giants. They
Oh, yeah,
were
Yes.
awesome.
Giants.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's so cool because there's such a blend of different genres that are there,
Yeah.
and
It I think Fighting Giants would be doing acoustic too. I want to say they play after us.
Maybe.
They are right after you.
So if y'all like calm, soothing. No.
Yeah,
Bro,
so-
bro, I fucking love it. I love the acoustic shows.
And can I do a
It's
plug
fun for
real
us.
quick on Dave Rowe
Yeah, 'cause if you
doing
don't, I
his
will.
solo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because holy shit, I am addicted to All of Our Lives.
Yep.
I am addicted to that song.
You know, I've
Oh,
I've heard
man.
him play that song a few times. But
Yeah.
to be able to put my headphones on,
Yeah.
it's
Totally different.
Yeah.
It is totally different. We saw them at the fish fry benefit that Angel put together.
yeah.
And that was where I first heard that song. And I was like, oh, Dave's singing. So, of course, I got to get video of this. And as I was holding my phone, I remember I wasn't looking at the camera anymore. I was watching him.
Watching him.
And I noticed that my phone kind of started to go
Yeah.
down. And I was like, oh, and I had to hold it back up. But his voice, like,
Dave's voice is second to
God.
none.
Yes.
It is amazing. And
Yeah, it's
that
very powerful.
song, I don't know what it is, but that song, I love that song so much. So,
And Josh
shout
did
out
a
to Dave.
freaking amazing job mixing that, by the way.
Yeah.
I know you've been working hard at it, trying to get it all pieced together, and
Yeah,
it came out really, really
He gave me
freaking
free
awesome.
reign on that too, so it's pretty nice. So I mean, we've known each other for a long time, so we kind of know, what sound he's wanting. So I just kind of, I added some of my stuff in there, and he approved it. So we let it ride, man. Yeah, that was fun. We're going to do some more soon too. And
You're
I've always told Dave, man, he's always wrote these great songs, man. And I always told him, like, dude, you need to record just some solo shit, man. Like, put yourself out there because
His emotion
all of our
comes
lives
through.
are just a beautiful song. I mean, the shit
It
he talks
is.
about and his delivery. I mean, he's just a phenomenal singer, man. And he writes
Absolutely.
really great songs.
And your production jobs, man.
Thank
You're,
you.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree.
It
You
gets
made
better
it.
every
You
time.
made it very easy. We're ready to come back and see you soon.
Right, yeah. So
Absolutely.
I don't do it a lot. I don't want a lot of business, but
I can't fucking
try to
tell.
work
You
with.
said you don't do it a lot? Surprise me.
Yeah. Grapevine tricks and tips and templates are a great thing to learn. So you load your shit up, it's all there. So, but yeah, I'll only do it for certain people.
Absolutely.
Certain friends of mine that I feel.
So what you're
want.
saying is that you're not a producer yet?
No.
I
just
very well
support
could.
people.
Very well good. Yeah.
Oh, he did
absolutely.
Lunar
yeah.
Urges.
Yeah.
Our Final
Our Final
Feud.
Feud. Yeah.
Now Dave Rose single.
Yeah.
My thing is I can't dedicate a lot of time to it because I'm so busy. So
Right.
I don't want people to come to me wanting all this stuff. It's like with our Final Feud, I heard them. I thought they had a great sound and they didn't have a lot of money to work with. I was like, dude, I'll do it for free because, I think you guys have some great songs, some great music. Just let me do one for you. That way you got something out there. And I was like, then y'all can go, and that's what they're doing now. They went to Gasoline Alley. I think they're doing a whole EP there. So,
Yep.
And that song you did is a fucking banger.
Yeah, man. It was
Yeah.
I made
awesome.
a video for it,
Yeah.
so it was a pleasure to actually
Yeah.
listen to that fucking 300-400 times
Yeah.
in fucking 10 seconds.
Yeah. Well, I did the same thing. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But my thing is, man, like I've always, people have what they're going to say about you. My thing is always trying to help somebody out, and I'm not the greatest at it. I can't make you a fucking masterpiece, but I can give you something to work with. So that's what I did with him, and that's what I do with Lunar Urge. That's what I do with David Rowe. I try my best, and I hope it works out. And I just try to do my duty.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
You're doing a
Respect.
good job.
Thank you, man.
Definitely.
We're happy with it.
Yeah. So,
Awesome. All right. So again, Saturday doors are at 2. You can check out Ember Fading, Tragic, Lunar Urge, and make sure you are front and center for all the bands. Show all the love. Give Chris and Alicia all the love, and thank them for 12 years of awesomeness that they have given us. And yeah.
And
Show up hungry because summer's fucking
Yes.
ass.
Oh.
I think
Super
there's
nice,
an,
folks.
Summer's
all
is
you can
so
drink band.
damn good.
Yeah,
All you
there
can
is
drink
Oh,
there's
yeah.
an all you can drink band. So be sure to grab that while you're there. Which
So
Show up early.
I feel like
Yep, new outro.
I feel like we got to give out some more tickets though. So
Should
Should we?
more tickets?
so Legacy at the Riverfront would
Okay.
actually like to give out 2 tickets
yeah,
as
all
well.
right.
And and we'll do that as a drawing for. Hey, I'm on the camera now.
There it is.
So we'll do it as Facebook tagging. So if tag Legacy at the Riverfront, we will do a drawing Saturday morning early morning.
Awesome.
yeah.
And we'll give out 2 tickets and be the same way with you guys. You guys will be able to pick it up at the door. So
Awesome. And we'll make sure to post that on our Facebook page as well and tag Legacy in it for you guys to make sure that you share Legacy page and make sure you tag them. Yeah.
Yeah, because we want to be able to continue on everything that Chris has worked very hard for to build the community up. We definitely want to make sure it's going to continue and go further.
Yeah.
That is the goal. So we definitely need the community support, and we will give it back to everyone. And yeah, I mean,
Hell yeah.
just gotta get the word out.
Awesome. We got this. All right. So, again, Sandy, pick up your tickets at the door. Just mention that you won the tickets from Off the Record. We'll make sure those 2 tickets are there for you. You can share the Legacy page, tag Legacy, and somebody will be announced on Saturday morning for a winner for 2 tickets. And don't forget to share Ember Fading and tag them, and you can win. Melissa, what was that you're giving away?
Yeah, t-shirt, 2 tickets, and some stickers.
T-shirt, 2 tickets, and stickers. So
Got tickets.
Because we want you to tag somewhere.
hell yeah.
Yeah, I tagged Fenway Stadium when we were in Boston
Fenway
and thought we
Park.
were going to get arrested.
Fenway
Fenway
Park,
Park.
not
Excuse
Fenway
me.
Stadium.
Okay, I'm new to
Fenway
this
Park.
game. Fenway Park.
Fenway
Fenway
Park.
Park. I almost got arrested tagging someone, so let's go. Tell me what you got. Don't get arrested.
I gotta give me an Ember Fading shirt. Y'all still have the red
Sharing
ones?
is caring.
No.
Yeah, hey, I was gonna bring that up. I think we should all do like shirt swaps.
Right.
Hell yeah. Hell
I think
yeah.
I think it'd be a really cool because, my daughter's actually gonna wear Ultra Flesh's first shirt.
Right.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if y'all
Oh, wow.
seen that, but it says "Hack the bitch apart." And
Yeah.
but
It's about
I think-
carpentry.
oh yeah, it's about yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
but I think it'd be really cool if we all did a shirt swap, maybe with fans or I don't know. We'll work it out.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I did have a Ember Fading shirt. I have 2 of them actually, and both my kids have stolen both of my Ember Fading shirts. So I am down to none. So I'll be purchasing one.
And you know, what is it about your kids? Because last time I was over at your house wearing an Our Final Feud shirt, I gave it to one of your kids.
And Isaiah actually wore it to the paranormal show.
Oh my God.
So I
Yeah.
picked up a good tip from Divided Truth Jerry.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
So she likes to wear them on my band shirts. So Jerry said, you know what you do? You cut the fucking sleeves off, and they'll never take your band shirts again. So now it's not because I don't like your shirt, but I'm cutting the sleeves off so I can keep it.
I don't.
See, ours, the girls, when they buy them, usually they take them and then they cut them up and then they put them on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't.
You got to cut
I don't
the
know.
nipples out.
You
We haven't had them do that, but usually
Dang
they
it,
cut
I
them down
still-
there.
I'm just saying our last 3 shirt orders were almost all ladies' tanks.
Right.
Hell yeah. I'm a
Awesome.
lady tank.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember that shirt swap that we did over in Jacksonville, right? That Jeremiah did.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't even remember what the other band.
Yeah. Jeff
What?
Nolan's wife wanted Jeremiah's shirt. Like we were like, you can go buy a shirt. She's like, no, I want his shirt. So he took it off. It was all sweaty and shit. She took her shirt off, put his sweaty shirt on. I'm like,
Oh God.
yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if we should sit here and trade man stories.
Funny things happen in Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's another show. I think.
Yeah, because Lunar Urge, guys have got to come back, and
Absolutely.
this is the first time you guys were on Off the Record, so
Yeah.
I
Yes.
want you guys back again.
They're hard to
And
catch. They work.
I know.
Work.
Hey, I'm
Facts.
close. I can get here.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I'm-
Yeah.
Franken show.
I'm a neighbor.
So be sure to show up Saturday. 22 bands. Am I right? 20.
Yeah,
22
22.
bands. 22 bands.
2 stages.
And all the barbecue you can eat is summer
January 28th.
smokes.
Well, I hope they're packed and ready for that shit.
Oh yeah.
I've warned them. I told them I wanted the all-you-can-eat barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
So one sandwich because those things are like this.
Huge.
They're
Yeah.
huge.
And they're so good.
They are.
Oh, so
They're
Everything they do,
really good.
all the way down to the damn hush puppies.
Yep.
Oh,
and the
that's my
coleslaw.
favorite.
I've
It's
never
always
had a bad meal there. I work construction
banana
over in that
pudding.
area and end up there quite frequently, and it's amazing how much they've grown.
Oh yeah.
They're just, when it first started, it was like, well, I wonder if they're going to make it. And then you're like, damn, I
Yeah.
need to get here earlier. I'm not going to be standing in line.
Yeah.
Right.
I went in there one day last week, and the line was almost to the door out of the building.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I took my 2 coworkers there, and I was like, "Y'all aren't out of barbecue, are you?" And she's like, "Almost. You made it just in time." I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Well, and that day that I was in that line, in 10 minutes I had my food.
Yeah, they're quick.
Yeah, I mean
They're
they work
quick.
super hard to get the food out as quick as they can.
Yeah.
They
And the service
very
is great.
patient.
Service,
Yeah.
Service is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. What's her name? Amanda.
Amanda. yeah.
Amanda. She is the sweetest. Oh, she is the sweetest.
And I like that
Great
whole
laugh,
little
too.
bar area they got going up there. That whole
Yeah.
little enclosed space
Yeah.
is perfect for what they're trying to do there too.
Hey, they're more than barbecue. Like
Oh, yeah.
the shrimp and the catfish. I haven't had the catfish, but everybody I've
It's
been.
good. I had
it.
They had
So it
a
was
catfish
awesome.
chowder that they put together one
No,
night. Oh,
come on.
it was
man.
killer. It was killer.
But their fried shrimp. If I wanted seafood, that's where I'd go instead of a seafood. Right?
Yeah.
Their fried shrimp is great.
That's
Oh,
what my
the shrimp
oldest
basket.
son gets. It's got to the point that Amanda remembers Isaiah. So he walks up there and she's like, "Shrimp basket, sweetheart." He's like, "Yes, ma'am." And she's like, "All right, we getting coleslaw today, or are you going to do coleslaw and fries? Like, what you want? You know, just mixing it up today, or you keeping it the normal?" So
240 comments. Holy
Nice.
crap.
Good job,
quick,
guys.
real
Wow.
quick, Steve.
Thank y'all.
You ever eaten there?
At Summers?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's
Ah,
like,
am I
fuck
the
yes, I
only-
have.
Dude,
am
I
the
fucking
only
go there
one
all
at
the time.
table? Every time I go over there, they were closed, so I never got to. Because I always get the shit late. You know, I guess.
Well, they see you roll up in a limousine, they're like, "Shut the fucking door."
That's actually my
Fucking
kid's
guys
favorite
about to buy
restaurant
all
now.
the goddamn
Mine too.
shrimp.
Yeah.
my kids.
Well,
love
it's
it.
cheap too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's very.
Well, you
very
can't
good
beat that pulled pork sandwich meal
Oh.
thing. It's like $6,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's a pulled pork sandwich, fries, and a drink. And
yeah.
I'm like,
All day, every day.
Jared had me try the rib sandwich. That is so fucking
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Burger
guys are making me
King's
hungry.
ass, too.
The burgers,
the
are
burgers are
amazing.
good.
I love the
Yep.
burgers.
I ate it before our last show. I never try to eat before a show. My worst fear
Yep.
ever been
That's who was
shitting
going.
my pants.
Yep.
And I ate that shit in about 20 minutes before the show. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I better go do this now. I let out a guttural scream, and it all just comes flowing out on stage. That'll be retirement time for me.
All right. Saturday, doors open at 2.
This is Off the Record Music Show.